everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Let me fire up all of the stuff. Let me see if everything's working here. How is everybody? We on? I think we're on. Look at this. Oh, okay. We're gonna grab one of these windows is for chat. One of these is for sound. I don't know which ones have battery, but we'll sort that out. Live and in color. Hello. Hi, Hazel. Smokey too, thank you for the 47-month race. Appreciate it very, very much. Good midday to you. Good midday to you. I'm still waking up. It's 9:10 in the morning, but we're just gonna piece it together today. How is everybody? Hi. There is a mild amount of pre-stream chaos because I think maybe one of the neighbor kids lost some cats, and then I feel like we saw a suspicious looking one, and I think Slimy's gonna go see if he can help cat wrangle. I think because they may be on our property. Fingers crossed for that. We gotta get started here. Let's see. We have water. We're gonna turn add-ons off. I feel like my sound's really loud. We'll do this for now. I think that. Let's see here. I think that today, I can't think of a better thing to do than rares for mounts. I can't possibly think of anything better, aside from just looking through new patch stuff and talking about it more, because they dumped a lot of info out yesterday and the day previous. There was lots and lots of news. But as far as things that came out in 1207, it's not time walking time yet. I felt like I did. I felt like I did everything that I was gonna do, more or less. I could double check one more time, but I think I really accomplished everything I was aiming for in terms of the new zone, in terms of Nangtal. I guess I could go do the I could try to do the unfazed diver while it's up. I took a brief look at that. Oh, I forgot. I think I forgot to link that in the. There's a bunch of links I was wrangling for the news video yesterday, and I think I meant to do that one, and I totally forgot. Bring back dyed hair? Maybe. If we reach our goal. I set up a sub goal. So we can chip it that over the next however long, and if we reach it, that's great, and if not, then I maybe have been too unrealistic. But I decided it's alright. It's time. It's long enough, and if I ruin it, I'm not opposed to being bold. I need rares to sit in camp. I need my rare icons to wake up a little bit this morning. Level a new hunter. I'm gonna level a druid in time walking. I'm gonna level the Heronir druid that I made is my plan as resto druid, and try and figure out what those guys have been up to in dungeons lately, because I've been having fun healing dungeons as holy priest, but I want another point of view, and I think resto druid is probably my second most likely spec. Get a little bit settled. I enjoyed rest though. Yeah, it looks fun. Plus, I liked that druid that I made. I thought, and even if I level it and it turns out that I don't end up playing in the season, I still, did Turbulent Timeways. Hi, Moose. Hi, buddy. How are ya? You gonna come hang out with us? Oh, you gonna come say hello? Hello. You want some pets? You guys can't see a whole lot of him. You can see a little bit of a little puppy tail. A little moosey tail. How you doing? You have a nice time outside this morning? It was nice and sunny, huh? It was pretty. I'm amazed he has yet to run afoul of a bumblebee. Or any kind of bee, because there's a lot of them out there. And he hasn't found out about spicy flies yet. Hazel, my heating pump. Oh my god, it's so hot here today. I was out all day for my grandma's birthday. Oh, happy birthday to your grandma. Put it on to 18 slow, came home, apartment feels nice. Oh, magic. That's the luxury. You're playing all my specs also. Hello. Hi, Dave. Hi, Moosey boy. Oh, he's left. He came, he got his attention, and he's wandered off. It's Moose missing the kittens, too. Yeah. Every now and then, he'll lay outside their door for a while and just kind of sniff under it and check on them. And then whenever we have them out, I have a little tent for them that I can put them in if I'm gonna deep clean their room. or if we're doing a sulfur dip for them and they have to air dry after. It's warmer out in the main part of the house, so we'll keep them in a tent on a towel. And whenever they're out here in the tent, Moose will keep vigil. He will lay right next to it, and the cats will kind of come over to his side of the tent, and he'll check on them, and he'll get in between you and the cats. Like if you're trying to lay next to the tent with the cats, Moose will kind of like worm his way in between you and the cats, and then kind of like lick your face, like, hey, you could be chill. Those are my kitties. They're just little babies. Well, they're not so little anymore. Best purchase I ever made. Hello, fellow humans and Moose. Hi, Hazel. Hi, how you doing? How is everybody's weekend going? Happy weekend. Welcome to it. Hope you're having a relaxing time. I hope your to-do lists are manageable if you're going into the weekend with a to-do list. I am so tired. Hopefully you have some time to catch up. I think I'm gonna get hit with that a little bit later today. I didn't sleep a lot. I was having kind of a bad brain day yesterday, and it made it hard for me to get started or to like make a lot of progress. But I really wanted to do the news video because it was such a big news week. So I eventually did it, but I wasn't finished editing and posting it until like midnight. And then I was like reading my book, and I was still trying to come down from like how stressed I was earlier. And then I woke up like kind of early, and I just had like, you ever get like a song stuck in your head, and it's just, you're just like laying in bed and it's just playing on repeat. I had that for like a while. I think it maybe was a little too warm in the room. I hadn't run the cooling overnight. I had run the fan instead, but I don't get a lot of airflow overnight because I have to close the doors and stuff. Oh, good video. Oh, you liked it? Oh, good. I was worried about it because whenever I do one and I'm kind of like running on fumes like that, there's always a chance that I just like miss something big or do that thing that I did a few weeks ago where I like posted not the final version of it, which really got under my skin because I had done a final version. It wasn't the one that made it into the exporter, and I was so bad. Bad brain days will mess everything up. Yeah, I think I'm getting it together now. I think we're scraping it together. There's nothing in particular that's wrong. It's just every now and then things just kind of like hit you, and I get a bit melancholy. Couldn't sleep either. Woke up at like 3 a.m. Fill you up. We didn't end up sulfur dipping the cats yesterday because there was no time after my breakdown. But we'll do it today because they need doing, and I do need to get into their bathroom and like deep clean it and probably bleach mop it and everything. That's really normal. Doctor gave me tranquilizers the other day because I get panic attacks. Oh man, I don't need to check on Stumpy. Stumpy can live. Team let Stumpy live. Hi Mama. Hi Day. I was thinking in my head recently off stream if I should call you guys like Day M and Day K or Day X to differentiate, but for now I'm just gonna let Chaos reign, and you can both be Day. We can use context for our content. It's like, what? She said hi to me already. Love Chaos. Full steam ahead. Choo choo. Brain days recently. Pale shadows of old days. I don't know. It was bad. It was not good. I was not making life easier on anybody. But we got it together. I'll get everything pieced together. I just gotta clean the cat's bathroom. We're checking here. We're finding lots of rares up, which is good. I am killing midnight rares to try to get mount drops. I need 3 more mounts out of the total potential 8. I need both from Zul'Aman and then 1 more mount from Herondar. So if I get a mount drop out here, then the only zone I need to farm is Zul'Aman. I got at least 3 characters that I can do this on. I think you can also do it on like leveling characters, so if I really came to it, I could take one of my 80s and get them started on this, I think. I don't know, it might kind of suck. I'm not sure how well they scale down. Here we go. And let me go check over here. Oh, see who this is all about. Have to be social later. Gonna meet friends to celebrate some birthdays. Nice. Looking forward too. Oh, that's always fun. Are your friends also fans of alternative birthday celebration desserts? You get any pie or flan or pastry going there? Might go back to bed before again. It's been like 3 seconds of summer and I can't wait for fall already. It is hot. I keep thinking of things that I want to do to the yard, and then I keep not thinking of it until either the hot part of the day or until like bedtime. I don't know. And like, you don't want to do things with tools early that are loud because you don't want to be that neighbor that's like making noise with your hedge trimmers or whatever in the morning before it gets hot. But like the normal time slot where you would typically think to do that kind of thing, I guess would be like kind of sort of my stream time slot, and I'm streaming, so I can't possibly trim my hedge right now. And then failing that, I guess there's like the days off. I suppose that's when people normally do errands. I've missed my window and the hedge is getting shaggy. I did the inside of it, but that's the part that nobody can see but me. It's like the opposite of a vanity hedge trim. It's a selfish hedge trim. The neighbors have to look at the shaggy part of it, and I get to see the pretty one. Hedge trimming stream? I'm down. I did the inside of it like 2 days ago, and I still can feel it in my forearm muscle. Just trying to think of a name for it. I got nothing. It's not my squeezers. It's my lifters. I don't think that muscle had done anything in a while and was rather irritated to be called upon. It was taking a nap in the back of class, and it did not expect to have to read a passage today. You have time restrictions? We do in Australia. Can't start before 7 a.m. I'm sure we do. I imagine ours are similar. I just want to be like extra. Like, I'm sure I could get up early and do some at like 7 or even 8 a.m. But I don't know. I don't. A lot of my neighbors are like retired, and if they want to sleep in, I don't want to be that person waking up. I'd rather do it in the evening around like dinner time or like after dinner time, because I don't think anyone super minds. Also, it's not that loud. I think I'm really overthinking this. But what I end up doing is I end up doing it at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon when it's like super hot, and then you have to play the let's not heat stroke game. 7 a.m. for Denmark too, actually. Retiree dinner time, 4 p.m. I'm surprised they weren't up at 7 a.m. doing the trimming already. That's actually the other thing that I do sometimes is I'll just be like, you know, poking around outside, and then I'll hear somebody else like mowing or trimming or something, and I'll be like, oh, it must be an acceptable time, and then I'll do it because someone else is being loud anyway. Like I'll join my tools to the general local cacophony, because that way I didn't start it. It's possible that I have issues. Mr. Stimpack, hi Hazel, hello everyone. Hazel, I love your YouTube content and your streams are such a great chill space. Aww. Thank you very much. Thank you also for the 4-month resub. Appreciate it. Welcome back. That's real nice of you. Shucks, guys. One thing that I didn't get into in the news video that I was kind of reading about, and I didn't feel like I had downloaded enough of a take to cover it properly, was the changes to bonus rolls in Season 2. I got kind of confused because I read the patch notes and then I read the post about bonus rolls. And the two posts are worded like slightly differently. I'm pretty sure that, well, I guess I'm not pretty sure, otherwise I wouldn't be so ambivalent about it. But like, I think that the bonus rolls are going to start 8 weeks in and not be available right away, but I'm not 1,000%. One of the phrasings made it sound like 8 weeks in he's going to start giving you an extra one, and then one of them made it sound like he's just going to start cranking out bonus rolls for you 8 weeks in. I know you're going to be able to take them as vault options right away. I was struggling with this yesterday because I was reading the post, I was trying to make sense of this, and then I was like, does it matter? Like, either way is fine. I could not bring myself to care. I'm sure we're going to get geared up regardless. So I decided not to cover it because I couldn't figure it out at the moment. Sounds like you need an overzealous, stereotypical dad in your neighborhood to start doing yard work at 5 a.m. because he prefers it to watching the kids. Oh, man. I was jokingly thinking of putting up flyers in my neighborhood to like rent a local dad to come teach me how to do household tasks that I hadn't been exposed to yet in terms of like home and yard and handiwork. Bonus rolls available as alternative vault rewards right away, but that's the only source until 8 weeks in. I think that's where I landed too. I just got confused because I feel like, and maybe I was just misunderstanding it, because I was fried, but the wording was different on the patch notes versus the post that was specifically about the things. And then not helping matters is the fact that there are nebulous and there's also ascendant, and the ascendant ones are the ones that you're using to like juice up your the ascendants are the ones that you're using to juice up your whatchamacallums, the item level of like the weapons and trinkets, and it sounds like that is also coming, and that will also be like 8 weeks in or whatever. They're calling them venom stones this time instead of void stone. I don't even know what they called them the first time. But yeah, it was just a few too many things for me to unpick. Noise ordinance bylaws before 7 a.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. on weekends. Yeah, I think I'm definitely overthinking it, because I don't even think I'm close enough to like wake anybody up. If somebody was like sleeping inside, unless they had their windows open and they were also a very light sleeper, I don't think it would really be a thing. So I was upgrading my midnight fishing. Oh, I'm at 296. Okay, so that's plenty. So when I do eventually start to fish for the nether mount, the nether drake mount, I can just do that. That'll be fine. I don't need to do any more. I don't need to get any more knowledge points from ascendants, or what do you call them? Skill points. Profession skill points. Took 2 expansions for Blizzard to give us sane names for crests. Not great at naming things in a way that's comprehensible. It's hard because you have to have like a new name every time you do something, and like for every season to differentiate them from the old ones, but then you end up with this thing where when you've been doing that for 20 whatever years, you just start reaching real deep in the word blender, and all you're really getting out is like pulp. It just starts blending together. I think it's also just a matter of having, I think somebody coming in fresh that didn't have, 15 years of like historical systems data like stacked into their brain is gonna be like, oh yeah, it makes sense. You do this, you get this 8 weeks in, you get this one every week. They're gonna give you this one, you can upgrade your trinket, bada bing, and then it would be fine. It's just trying to contextualize it and like save it alongside all of the no longer relevant historical data that you're trying to like, I don't know. It's I think my brain's getting full. I would love to get a mount from Zul'Aman. It would not mean finishing a zone, but I'm not in a huge hurry to finish the Herondar zone because that's the one that's giving me Mysterious Sky Shards. And I've been making pretty good progress on Mysterious Sky Shards for Al Sharon while I've been working on rares. I've got... Here, let me warbank. I can see where I'm at. My warrior might even be holding on to more. Let's see, 276. So we're over halfway, because that's of 500. We're into the second half of our Sky Shard farming. But I only have 1 mount left from Herondar, so we'll see which thing happens first, whether or not the mount drops or the rest of the Sky Shards drop. Because I've been getting Sky Shards from basically everywhere that I kill out there. Oh, this one's up. I'm surprised to find these up. I guess I'm maybe just getting lucky, but quickly on a weekend. I wonder if people are out in the new zone doing those rares instead. Hi there, Hazel. Hello, Mr. Dave. How you doing? How's it going? At one point, we'll check out the new zones. I don't really know why they feel like they gotta do a new zone for a 0.7 patch. Like, I'm not against it, it's fine, but I don't know. Did we need it? Watching your stream from yesterday, saw your warrior with a huge headpiece mog. You know the name of it? It's, from the Amani, the Zul'Aman rep vendor for 5k Marl. I forget the exact name, but it's off of the renowned quartermaster in this zone. It's pretty funny. The shareholders demand it. Oh, the 0.7 zone. I was wondering if I would have felt more excited about the coiled isle, about getting to go over here. I wondered if I would have felt more jazzed about that if we hadn't, you know, like just been like trying to figure out what's going on and what to collect out of the 0.7 stuff. I feel like I haven't gone long enough within a new zone to miss them yet. Everything feels half-baked. Yeah. Nightall feels fine, but it does feel a little undercooked to me. Here we go. I think the coiled owl will be fun, though. I misunderstood when I was watching the first announcement, and I thought the whole thing was going to be kind of the rotating public events with the big boss, like the Void Assaults, and like challenging outdoor group content, but that's just the vaults of Ooga Booga. The overworld zone should be just like a normal outdoor zone. I don't... I'm challenging outdoor group content is not my favorite thing for outdoor content. I like my challenging group content to be indoors. But it sounds like I can just kind of like largely avoid it. I'm sure there'll be some collectibles, but... Man, look at all these rares I'm finding. What if I get lucky? It could happen. Sure, Tally said a big chunk of the team working Last Titan could explain some. I wouldn't be surprised if they're working pretty far ahead. Especially, like, if... Depending on how fast they crank out... What do they call this next patch? Something Ulatek? Curse of Ulatek? Anyway, the next one. It seems like they must have been working on... Like, they're doing raid testing next Thursday, Friday. They must have been cooking this for longer than normal. Or not normal, but, like, than you would have typically thought. Like, I betcha that it's more complete than you'd think. I think they're working pretty far ahead. Couldn't be me. Interpreted the announcement as most of the new zone indoors, no flying. Yeah, I haven't seen how much of the zone is those vaults. But it should definitely be a discrete area of the zone and not the entire thing. I think that maybe the whole zone is no flying, because otherwise the whole Poison River thing would be very trivial. It wouldn't make sense for that to be such a big threat if you could just fly over everything. Wonder if whatever comes after Last Titan is actually a bigger sort of project than a regular expansion. It'll be curious to see what kind of direction they go after Last Titan, because those were like the 3 that they announced at the last big BlizzCon. I wonder if they'll hint anything at this next upcoming BlizzCon, or if it'll be too soon for that. Because we still have a whole expansion to go before then. Although those have been like a year or so. KJ Bumbarger, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Thank you for picking me for your Prime. I wanted to keep track of how we're doing on the goal. And I realized I can see it on my screen, but like I can't read it because it's so tiny. It looks close. It looks great. He flew past a rare. I flew past a Sean, which is an elite rare that is too hard for me. He is too dangerous. I cannot... Diamondback I can kind of sort of do, but that one guy kills me. Hated what we saw 12-1 so far. Rolled my eyes at the Goblin Zone, and Undermine was a masterpiece. Undermine was fantastic. Yeah, I think we'll see. It might be good. Oh. No, you're good. You're all okay. WoW makes too much money for there to be a last expansion anytime soon. Yeah, I think that they've, especially with all that they've invested in housing and kind of setting it up as a vector to sell things on the cash shop, I think they're gonna keep cranking it out. Troll stuff tends to be less full on whimsy than goblin stuff, but I'm cautiously optimistic. Check on the turtle. Yeah, I don't know if I'm like that personally jazzed about the theme. I feel like, I mean, it's fine. The trolls are fun. Forest trolls are fine. It looks like a lot of like gloomy ruins, but it's a, you know, it's a fantasy game. You got to deal with your fair share of gloomy ruins. Not everything can be, you know, cotton candy, chocolate chip island. Do you think we'll stay on Azeroth? Probably. I think it would be a risky choice to leave it. Yeah. I would be surprised just because I feel like they stand to lose a lot more than they stand to gain by, like, ditching it as a location. Yeah, Shadowlands went so well! Get a little break from all the purple void. They're going right to the opposite end of the color wheel. Just looks so outdated to me for some reason. If we get some Vol'jin, Low of Kings lore updates, that'll be pretty keen. Might genuinely be the green. Yeah. I bet there'll be some stuff to like about it. I wish things had more time to breathe, but I think I'm just, like, lazy, so, like, I don't... Learning new stuff as often as they've been putting it out is hard when your brain is getting all, like, sticky and clunky. And Bib, thank you for the brand new Pride sub. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's not Fel green. Yeah, we gotta wait for the Mountain Dew Monster Energy green. I was, after, like, end of WoD and then through all of Legion, I was so over the Fel green. We'd done it. We'd seen it. But I've been happy with how well and thoroughly we've been able to dress up our characters lately. The transmog updates and the contextual outfits and all the trading post mog we've gotten and whatnot. So even if we have to go somewhere gloomy, I'm still gonna look fabulous. How are you doing today? Hi, Kinrail. I'm doing okay. I'm gonna get it together. It's a new day and I'm gonna get it together. Maybe. I always say that in the morning. It's always easy for me to be optimistic on stream because it's like the first thing I do in a day and nothing has had time to go wrong yet. Have you completed all the side quests in this zone with this tune? I think so. I think so. I did my questing achievements. I did my Lore Master of Midnight, and I did most of it on my priest, so it should be largely done. I think after the last Titan, the storm will calm down and we'll go to the other side of Azeroth. Dying today, it's so hot outside, I could barely walk for 20 minutes. Watching you for years on YouTube, glad to find you on Twitch. Hi, Leah. I'm glad to have you here. Character will still look like a diva even if the zone is doom and gloom. They can never take my baguette dagger away from me, and that's something that will come for me to my grave. Godzilla, thank you very much for the gift subs. 5 whole gift subs, holy smokes. Very much appreciated. Congrats to those who got one. Aaron picked one up. Very nice. Oh man, we're cooking away on our goal here. I was debating if we did reach the sub goal about whether I should make it to dye the hair on stream or not. But I feel like I would do a worse job for trying to do it on camera. And I can't really like bring cameras into the bathroom because my bathroom is about 2 feet wide. You have to kind of like squiggle if you're gonna turn around in it. It's a weird shape. It's a strange building. And I could like kind of try to like paint my hair here and just like not worry about staining my chair. And that would be one thing, but I don't think I'd be able to see it well enough on camera to like actually do a good job. That would be so fun. Plus all that stuff has to process for a while. You know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna dye it and then it's gonna fade really fast because I no longer want to spend the money on like the super expensive color protecting shampoos and stuff. I've just been kind of buying whatever shampoo is the most on sale at the time that we run out of it. Color you thinking? I think it's gonna be some version of pink. I want to try basically, and I don't think I'm gonna get here because color's hard, but I want to try for kind of like a corally salmony pink that's sort of similar to what she has here. I've done pink before, but it often turns into more of like a bubblegum fuchsia pink, and I don't want a blue tone pink, I want a red tone pink. So I'm actually going to mix in, I think, a little bit of red to try to get the color I'm looking for, although knowing me, there is a non-zero chance that I mess up and I accidentally dye the whole thing just like Ronald McDonald orange. Is your hubby going to dye his hair too? I doubt it. That would be surprising to me. Dyed hair is the goal, not dyeing the hair. Yeah. What add-on for enemy health bars? Plater. And I have a Plater profile posted, which I always love saying because it's such a fun alliteration. How are we doing on... We need Oak Talon and Spine Frill, and then we're pretty much set and ready to do another character. I liked playing the new zone for a few days this week, but I'm happy to be back doing this. I want to grind mounts. Went out for drinks with my boss and colleagues recently. Showed them my bright blue hair era, which was fun. Kind of miss it, but don't miss the work. I was looking through my different hair eras, trying to like figure out which ones I liked on me, which ones I didn't, and it's funny because you go back far enough and I get a real baby face. I was also having a minute where I was like not happy with like my hair cut or my hairstyle, and I was trying to figure out what I was doing wrong, and then I looked back through all of my history and I'm like, no, that's just what it looks like. There's no world in which I get it professionally cut and it improves at all, because I've never really vibed with how anybody else cuts my hair. And I don't super vibe with how I cut it, but like, at least I'm not spending a ton of money to do it myself if I'm not gonna like it much anyway. Exactly, and yeah, if we really hate it, if I just make it absolutely hideous, I could always mow it. I am not opposed to being bald. I did the buzz thing, and honestly for summer it kind of goes hard. Bald was fun, pixie was fun, longer is fun. I don't think I'm ever gonna grow it out to like rib length again, just because I don't have the patience for that anymore. I'd rather like reset it and heat style it and color it and do fun things. I think I've killed enough furs in this character. I think I can log off, hop onto my warrior, and start it all again. Does Plater show an icon letting you know if you could spell steal or dispel? Probably. I can't remember if mine highlights it especially. I'm pretty sure I see those things. Plater is one of those add-ons that has a gajillion options, and you can really spend all day digging through it, customizing it to your exact liking. Talking about... Oh, add-on for tracking mount farm attempts. Supposedly rarity works if you have like an alpha build. I'm not using it right now. I'm just raw dogging this. I have no idea how many attempts I have. It doesn't matter until the mount drops. It'll be Schrodinger's mount attempts. Except that I'm never gonna open the box. Because I can't. Oh, hey! Don't think I've ever had it longer than touching the shoulders. Bugs me. Yeah, I also feel like if I want to start, like, styling it more, which I might need to if I want to compare it to hair I see online. I always do this thing where I, like, look at, like, hairstyles online, and I'm like, well, that looks nice, and then I can't decide if it's because the person is just, like, has a more aesthetic, a face that I find more appealing than my own, or maybe they've had, like, a blowout, and they've, like, spent more time than 2 minutes styling it. I think my problem is I expect to put in no effort and then get like nice results, and I am still in denial about that not happening. How many mounts do I have? Here, let me turn on Mount Journal Enhanced to get like some more specific numbers there. Yeah, I've heard rarity works with the alpha build. I just don't want to mess with that. I know it's not hard to do. I'm just being stubborn. It sounds like more effort than I'm willing to put in. Lazy. I'll have to try to get back to sleep. Insomnia strikes again. Oh, I hope you get some sleep. Okay. So my total mount count currently. I have 1,176. 1,077 of which can be ridden by this character, because some of them will be faction locked or professional locked or whatever. The helmet, incidentally, is called the Crown of the Lowest Speaker. Crown of the Lowest Speaker. That's off the renowned Quartermaster in Zolomon. And it looks hilarious on gnomes. It probably looks funny on everybody, but it's fantastic on gnomes. It's so large. And I feel like there was another question, and I forgot what it was. Is this Stumpy? That's just Stumpy. Husband is a hairstylist, dyes hair for a living, but I can't convince him to dye mine. Oh, man. You gotta do a bad, you know what you gotta do is you gotta do it yourself badly. And then that way he won't let you do it again. Insist that it's going to happen anyways, and then it's gonna take some guts, but just like live through a really ugly era, and then he'll never let you muck it up again. Or maybe he will, and you shouldn't take relationship advice from me. Do you go out of your trading post transmog zone? A little bit. I don't think anything here is from trading post. I think we've got some BFA troll armor. We've got some midnight troll shoulders and helmet. And then I think the weapons must be new. I don't know where else they would be from. They're called Harrock's Skullcutter, which makes me think new. Hi, buddy. How are ya? I should a little bit. Is my baby? Isn't he cute? Hi. He's sleeping. He's like, Mom, don't get up. I'm comfy. Don't mind me. Oh, adjusting my camera and I realized with a really baggy shirt, I'm like, I should be careful to not expose my armpits. Isn't he cute? Okay, so this one is not up. Somebody's waiting for it. Let's just do the lap and we'll do it counterclockwise. Over 1,000. Dedication to farming I can only be in awe of. I don't feel that dedicated. I don't do grinds if they seem icky. I think it's just because I've had the privilege to be streaming for so long. I've been like a YouTube streamer person since 2013. Pretty much full time for that entire time. And one of the staples of my stream has just been mount farming because it's such a fun thing to do on stream. I think if I wasn't a streamer, I wouldn't have half this many mounts. Because it turns into like a nice little habit. Yeah, you do your mount runs, hang out, have a little coffee, it's good. It would have been good even if none of the mounts had dropped, but if you keep at it, they do eventually. You can beat them into happening with your raw willpower. I'm trying to do big pulls as Shadow Priest. Hate it. How to priest AoE. What's the problem? Are you dying or? I'm not a very good Shadow Priest. I don't think I can help you. Don't be afraid to use your cooldowns. Vampiric Embrace along with your DPS cooldowns can help you live through a lot of stuff. Does your hubby also like to farm mounts and stuff? He likes a raid mount farm actually. He doesn't do them all the time, but he likes to do he likes to just kind of go and take a couple of his ults and like kill some raid bosses for mounts. Every once in a while, or like transmog runs. If it involves coffee, probably gonna be a good time regardless. Nice. Come on, mount drop. Vampiric Embrace, never press that. You gotta have your defensives and like your self-healing and stuff on someplace easy to access. So never go anywhere without your Fade. You should be specced into the talent that gives it 10% DR, and it's such a short cooldown and high uptime that you should press that for like every big pull. Fade. Your Desperate Prayer. Not only is it going to heal you, but it's also going to raise your max health, a little like a personal rallying cry. So have that one handy. Vampiric Embrace, of course. Dispersion for like absolute emergencies, although I don't like that one because obviously you're going to stop doing damage and then the mobs will still be there when you get back, so that's kind of just like a emergency. Health pot. Never go anywhere without a health pot. Stick your health pot keybind right next to your Desperate Prayer, so if you're in like a real pickle, you can go 1-2, boom, boom. And then I also will, in a real pinch, hit Power Word Shield and start spamming Flash Heal if I absolutely have to. Like, I'll fear things, and then shield, and then spam heal. Again, you're not doing damage during that time, but if you really need to catch up and you feel like you're about to die, that can help, and just, like, buy you the time that you need. 1-2, boom, boom, got it. I always used to put my, like, my defensives and my emergency buttons next to each other whenever I would PvP, and my idea was that you would have, like, mild emergencies, regular emergencies, and then just, like, catastrophic emergencies, and depending on how dramatic your emergency was, you would just keep hitting your emergency buttons. Like, you would have your little baby one, and then your little baby medium, and you could, like, stack them together, or you could, you know, meter them out one at a time. But the last thing you want to do is die without having pressed a defensive or used a self-heal. Like, I know you want to save them, but, like, if you're gonna die, that's the time. Does Shadow Fiend taunt anymore? Did it ever? It doesn't taunt, but Shadow Fiend and also the tentacles that spawn from your talents will kind of take aggro if you fade, which you would be doing because you're doing that for the damage reduction anyways. So they can sometimes tank for you for like a second and let you catch up. I didn't find as many rares up as I wanted to. I guess I'm starting here and then we'll do Zul'Aman second. Although, anytime that I get to spend just, like, enjoying this transmog, It's been bringing me more joy. It's been sparking more joy than I expected it to. I guess if I want to wait by a mob, this is a perfectly good one to wait by because I can just like fish. Just for fun. Just because. It's a talent that spawns tentacles, I think. I think it's one of the talents near the bottom. Chat probably knows more than me. Like I said, not a very good Shadow Priest. I don't really know what the buttons do. I just press them and hope they work. Ormrus, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Shucks, guys. Oh, I knew that fish was coming for me. Apex talents, yeah. That sounds right. I can't believe I didn't find out about this fishing barge toy that I had already earned from Undermine until like this week. I must have tried it once when I got it, and when I got it originally, and then just completely forgotten. It's so good. It's so cute. How have I not been using this well, not my whole life, but since we earned it. Can't wait for the Omega talents in the last Titan. We got Omega 3 talents, they just spawn eggs. Salmon. Little fish oil. That sounds like an April Fool's thing. Speaking of holidays, we're getting Midsummer pretty soon, huh? I'll look at the calendar again. I think it might be coming next week. There's a new mount from Ahun for Midsummer. There's a big old eagle. Oh, it's tomorrow. Oh, sick. It's tomorrow at 10 a.m. So an hour into tomorrow's stream, Midsummer will start. So I can do my first mount run. And I'll have to remember to at least do one daily off stream, because I bet you anything it's going to use new mount drop logic. Or new holiday mount drop logic. But the new eagle looks cool. I wonder if it's in the journal. I think it must be. Midsummer. Yeah, the Sun Festival's Painted Rock. This is going to be a new Midsummer mount. Available, I guess, starting tomorrow. Drop from Ahun. We'll see how rare that turns out to be. I bet it's going to be kind of on par with the other new holiday mounts. So orange. What is this cute flamingo? It's a toy called the Personal Fishing Barge. It's off of one of the Undermine rep vendors. And it's a fishing raft toy, just like the Angler's Fishing Raft or the Tuskar Dinghy. But it lets you float around on a, in its flamingo. I think like the fishing barges, you can also spam your spacebar to kind of go a little faster. On par, meaning get it in maybe 3 Midsummers? I don't think I've missed a single one. Maybe I'm lucky. We have to allow for that. But I don't think I've missed a single new mount drop in their first year on if I've like done it once a day for the whole thing. I know other people have, but I think it's a little unlucky to not get it if you do it every day. But I'm just winging it. Let's not jinx it. We're definitely getting them out. Yeah, knock on wood. New illusion from Midsummer looks kind of good. Let me see if I can find that. How did I miss the Flamingo? Did Undermine pretty good? You might have it. You might have it and just not notice. That's what happened to me. It was from... I wonder if it says. It was 5k resonance crystals. It might maybe the Blackwater. I want to say Blackwater rep vendor. Where did you get the flamingo? Undermine. Undermine. Here, since we're talking about it, I'll look it up just so we have an actual like verbatim answer. We can wowhead this. Oh, my rear's up. I was camping that one. Hang on. Fishing barge Google can wait. Oh, there's treasure in here too. Need it. Blackwater. Is it like revered? I guess it doesn't matter with Blackwater rep. It takes resonance crystals. Good old-fashioned Undermine content. Personal fishing barge. It's so cute though. Yeah, Boatswain Hardy, so that's Blackwater. Requires... Undermine rep through Blackwater Cartel, not complicated to get. Yeah, you just do weeklies. Is it a good time to get into WoW? I think so, but I always think so. I haven't gotten out of WoW in the last however many years. How long have I been playing? 8, 7, 16, 15? 17. Don't like that. Here, we're gonna try... I guess I can check these ones before I leave. It is overwhelming. It's a massive game. If you're trying to do everything, you're gonna burn out. It's one of those games that has so many different parts to it, and most people that are playing are not engaging in every corner of it. It's very much a theme park. It's a question of like figuring out what sounds appealing to you and what seems like fun, digging into that, and then you can try other bits of it if you feel like you want to. There's no shortage of corners of this game, and there's plenty of people that play WoW like all year round that have only touched 1 out of like 10. There's no real wrong way to do it. Some people do housing, some people do collecting, some people do gold making, some people do dungeons, there's raid, there's PvP, there's role-playing. Those are the big ones. I said gold making, right? Yeah. Having a personal goal really helps. Yeah, I like to pick one thing to kind of narrow the scope, and then I sort of discover more of the game as I figure out how to get to that goal, whether it's getting a specific mount or pet, or getting my item level up to do dungeons, or getting my Mythic Plus rating up to get a mount. As a super casual player, is there content I could do rather easily? Yes. All of the outdoor content, leveling content, collecting, and outdoor content, you can do solo and you can do without a lot of difficulty. Those things are not going to be super challenging, and it's not to say they're not still impressive to do, but a lot of those grinds are more kind of patience-based. Something where you do a very easy thing, but you might get a cool reward if you do it long enough to get lucky. Collecting, that kind of thing. But there's lots and lots of ways for you to get gear. They've added a lot more content for casual players to kind of give you a nice ladder, where there's always like something that's like a little bit tougher that you can try when you feel like you're ready. And there's lots. Something to just relax. I've seen some streams looks like they're trying to land a rocket on the moon. Yeah. And parts of the game are like that. And it's more fun than it looks, but it's definitely not the thing you want to be doing on your first week of the game. The thing that I'm doing is pretty easy. I am running around looking for these rare moms, and then fighting them because they have a little chance to drop me mounts. There's 8 different mounts that I can get from this. I have 5 of them already. So I'm just kind of flying around from skull to skull to see if these guys with the star are up, and then killing them to see if they want to drop me a mount to ride around. It's fun. I like it. You could play the whole game and just work on your house and just collect things for a house, or you could try to make gold. No wrong way to do it. You also don't have to figure out what you want to do on the first day. You could just level and start there. Work 12-hour shifts, don't want to pet dogs for hours to get a somewhat decently sized house. The house size thing, my take is that it's a bit deceptive in that you do not need, if you are playing it casually, you are almost certainly not going to need a maximum sized house. The amount of space in the rooms, just even the default ones that you get for free, massive. I don't use rooms that are like the default size. I actually size them down even though my house is fully leveled, just because it's like impossible to fill them when you do level them up and you use the super big ones. You can do so much with just the basic house that they let you have the first time. I wouldn't stress about leveling your house up if you're new to housing. That's something that's not going to be a problem for like a long time. Need stimulation while I download a 2002 MMO. 2002? Is that older than you? It's not older than you, is it? It might be. It is. Oh god. Okay. I'll give it a shot. And if you don't like it, it's alright. It's game. It's for fun. Not that serious. By 4 years, I made a baby nursery in my house. That sounds adorable. I haven't really been doing house tours. I've been doing Mount Foreman. Oh, wait. Where'd it go? Sometimes I forget I'm old man playing this game since 2005. We get a nice different, nice widespread demographic here. We get some younger people, we get some older people, we get people in the middle. No, no wrong age to be. Still my Final Fantasy era. What's the game you're downloading? Oh, it's the MMO before Final. Is it another Final Fantasy one? Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, okay. That'll be fun. This guy's not up. I like camping them when they're in the water because I like fishing while I wait. I feel like I want to get the fishing mount done before 12.1, but after these mounts, and I don't know if it's up to me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to just like say, oh yeah, I'm going to finish getting all these mounts before 12.1. You know, the last 3 could really stick me. It could happen. How many, we've got 10 sky shards in this character. Coming along. I need that word too. I'm gonna wait out this one, I think. And then kind of do a lap once it spawns. I think that's what I'm gonna do. A little excited for Guild Wars 3. Enjoyed the second one. If WoW didn't exist, what would you be playing? It's an excellent question. I've been playing WoW a long time and I haven't branched out much in the... What did I say it was? 17 years that I've been playing? Yeah. I haven't... I haven't branched out a lot in that time. If WoW didn't exist, I might be a different person. I would probably have, like, a normal person job. Hopefully. Assuming that my life hadn't completely torpedoed. I don't know if I would have made it into, like, onto Twitch, but, like, in a different category. What other games did I even play before WoW? I was, like, a teenager. I was playing... Neopets. Hi, welcome to Wendy's, right? For real. Well, I'm not really fishing up anything worthwhile. This character doesn't have the skill to fish up anything good if it's not in a pool. 61 years old, played since 06? Wow, it's one of my longest relationships. I appreciate that in all the times that I've moved in my life, my WoW account's always... As soon as I get my computer, like, plugged in and set up, my login screen is right there waiting for me. You think in the beginning you would make streaming a career? Nah. It's not the thing that you let yourself, like, believe in early on because it's such a pipe dream. At the beginning, I started YouTube before I ever started Twitch. I didn't really know much about streaming when I first started. I had been, like, growing up on, like, YouTube Let's Play content, and I decided I wanted to make YouTube videos. But I was firmly sure that it was just going to be a hobby. I didn't think there was any world in which it was going to turn into a full-time thing for, like, a long time. Probably be more into ARPGs like PoE 2 or D4. Yeah, WoW's shaped so much of my life that I don't know. I have no... It's impossible to tell where I would be. It would be something completely different. Every time I ask about WoW, they usually talk about it like a 20-year marriage. I mean, I've been playing it for 17 years. That's longer than I've really known anybody in my life, aside from, like, my parents. And I guess my sister. I've known her a while, too. Everything else in my life has changed in shorter time frames than WoW. Old couple always bicker, still buy each other flowers. Yeah, WoW has changed a lot in 20 years. It really has. I think it's probably good. It probably wouldn't have come as far as it did if it hadn't changed. I think a lot of things that don't evolve get left behind. You can argue left and right about whether or not the evolutions were a good thing, but now they get to double dip because they get to do classic too. Yeah, oversized bobber's nice for fishing. I haven't been clicking on a bobber in a long time. You can use interact key to pick up your fishing bobber without having to actually mouse over it, so it kind of doesn't matter how big it is. I use an add-on called Better Fishing to just like auto cast and retrieve in the same keybind. So you don't even need to see it, you just need to hear the sound. It's pretty nice. I want to pass WoW to my kids. Really excited by the idea of playing with them in 10 years. Aw. I know people do that. People like have like family guilds and play with like their kids and their nieces and nephews, or younger people playing with like their parents and aunts and uncles, or people playing with their grandparents even. I gotta pick one of these and just camp at them, to be honest. It should probably be one of these that's like in this area, because if I camp at this one, I'm gonna be too far. Has to change because people change. I wonder if it's gonna change faster in the next 5 years, because people have been changing a lot recently. Play with my mom all the time. Aww. Well, if I don't want to fish while I wait, I guess I can get like lumber and ore. This rare should be up before too long. Also, world. You know what? I'm 5 of 6 world quest done for my weekly. Maybe I should just do the world quest. Suck it up. 5 groups in the Shard of Herondar I'm in. Zone totally desync for spawns. Yeah, kind of brutal. Don't know if you're a previous Rarity user. Had to look up a GitHub to find someone updating it. Supposedly the alpha version works if you select the alpha version on CurseForge. I just haven't bothered. I am too basic to mess with it even the tiniest bit. My level of effort involves downloading add-on and clicking update it once in a while. If they're not pushing the fix to live, then I'm not running it. New here. Hey y'all. Hi, Irish Karma. Greetings. Good morning or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are. It's morning for me. Oh, my rare's up. This fish spawns deep. I'm gonna get you. Maybe this will be the one. Part of me is not ready for the second Herondar mount to drop for me yet, because I still need so many mysterious sky shards. Although I bet there's a faster way to farm sky shards than rares. This is just what's happening incidentally. I'm getting like 1 sky shard per rare and we're just killing lots of rares. As a confirmed WoW old man, I find it wild I have guildmates who inherited their WoW account from their parents. Oh man, that's wild. I've heard of people doing that. I feel like I would want my own account, but I'm just picky that way, I guess. I didn't earn this mount, my parents did. I want to do it all on my own. Check for this one. Currently leveling my Blood DK in Northrend since I never really finished the zone before. Very nice thematic match. Can't really think of a better class to enjoy Northrend on. Oh yeah, I didn't do my world quest. I could do it while I'm waiting. I don't need the coffer key shards like at all. If I'm gonna do a random world quest, I may as well do one that's gonna like give me Marl at least. Another thing I could do is if I feel like I'm just having the worst time finding these rares up, I can just like log off and start another character and go do Zul'Aman, and then come back and fix it up later if I remember. I might have wanted to bother with the rarity thing if I had done it before I had started the grind in the first place. But now that I'm like more than halfway through it, I feel like I don't want to know. Because it's not going to be an accurate count anyways. How fantastic is this? The login screen is like the best. I can't keep my characters in campsites because this wouldn't look nearly as spectacular on a campsite. There's a part of me that is both looking forward to, but also dreading going back to Northrend in The Last Titan. I hope that they find... I think it'll be fun, because I think a lot of the things that I found kind of depressing about Northrend might be helped by, like, a modern take on the zone and modern graphics in the zone. And I bet you they can make things like the Borean Tundra and the Helling... I guess I'm imagining them, like, redoing it. I don't know exactly what they're gonna do. They might not just like redo all the zones verbatim. They might do some different take on it. I feel like the Helling Fjord, but like completely updated, could be really incredible. You know what I kind of liked out there? I love a good shovel tusk. Those are so fun. Those are so cool. I want to go hang out with shovel tusks. I could tame one as a hunter pet. I mean, you can do that now, but... Oh, wait. I forget what they exactly said, but I'm pretty sure Last Titan being set in Northrend is confirmed info. I think that they said that when they announced the World Soul Saga in the first place. I don't remember the exact words, though. Howling Fjord, but they put a Walmart instead. High def shovel tusk, right? Give me some updated glam ones. Whenever I think about Northrend, I kind of forget that the low-level zones exist. Storm Peaks, Ice Crown, Shalazar, Grizzly Hills. I mean, Grizzly Hills is still pretty low level. But yeah, I guess it's not like the first two leveling zones. I'm the opposite. I feel like those are the two zones that I spent the most time in. If I do this world quest, which I don't know if I should, but I would get a transmog that I didn't have yet. So Northrend will be updated like they did Silverman. Yeah, I wonder if they'll just do literally all the zones. It's funny, after all the troll stuff in this expansion, I kind of don't need Zoldrak. Hi, Hazel. Hello. Today, I decided to stop procrastinating, and I got all midnight professions to max, including fishing. Bit the bullet, spent some unalloyed abundance. Yeah, fair. For 100 points per item, I don't blame you one bit. I used one just today. Kind of love Howling Fjord's aesthetic. Same. Plus, they have the, they have some Tuskar on the inner harbor side, like on the east side of the... Is it the east side? It's on the west side, I guess. On the inside of it. I remember doing Tuskar world quests out there. Or not world quests, daily quests out there. Go back in time a little bit. Wonder what the hub city will be since Dalaran is Pebbles. I mean, it might be for the best. I don't know if I want Dalaran again. We've been there, we've done that. We've done it again. Give me something new. They just build a new one, call it Dalaroodles Electric Boogaloo. Zoldrak may be interesting. The troll tribe that lived there is now effectively extinct. Howling Fjord is where I first dinged max level in Wrath. I was 19, it was 5 AM, and I'd been playing all night. I can still remember the exact place that I dinged. Oh, I need to skip these elites. I can't do them on this character. Talagon. Hey, Hazel. Hello. Bolvar's on our team now. We should be able to stage out of ICC. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, I don't want to, though. It's so blue and metal and cold. It looks like your tongue would stick to the whole thing. Let's do Dalaran 3. It definitely won't be blowing up this time. We promise. I was on such a roll for a little while with finding rares. I've lost them all now. Heating up out here. Would prefer Ulduar? I would take Ulduar over ICC. ICC is more central, though. Ulduar, they would have... Like, Ulduar is in the booty end of nowhere. It is so far from most other things in Northrend. Unless they pulled some seismic magic, it would be in a really inconvenient spot. It is Titany, which would be nice. I just don't want it to be underground. I don't want to go underground anymore. Although maybe a little bit for like some Nerubians. Nerubian tunnels would be fine. I think Wrath was my favorite era of Nerubians. I think I enjoyed them the most in Wrath. Practicality suggests they'd revamp Wyrmrest Temple, put us there. They'd have to really flush it out a little bit. Can we get a big Tuskar village? Wintergrass would be cool. Yeah. They did some seismic magic once in Northrend. I'd hate Wyrmrest. Dragonflight already happened. Dragonflight happened, and the other thing that kind of soured me on Wyrmrest is I farmed Dragon Soul in Kata so long for mounts, and I do not want to see that tower anymore. We've been recycled it. We did it for what? Sarth. We did it for Deathwing. Leave it alone, you know? Tape up the tape. It's done. Winterguard Keep already established? Yeah, I like that a little bit. I think there's something to be said for Winter Grasp. Although maybe I'm mixing up my winter spots, my winter towns. I wonder if... Nah, they would probably keep doing... I was going to say, I wonder if they would do faction separate cities, but I doubt it. They like a combined city. If they were going to do faction separate cities, they would have given the Alliance a different one when we moved into Silvermoon. Okay. Any luck? No? I'll try these ones. We've got another what, 2 major patches to go? We gotta do Coiled Owl first, and then whatever they do for 12.3. Whatever 12.3 is, it has to kind of lead into the Last Titan, right? One would think. Oh, hey, Rear. Would you like to drop me a mount? Pretty please. 1 mount, please. Do I mean 12-2? Probably. Yeah, actually, now that you mention it. This is 1, so the next one would be 2. I guess we don't do 0.3s anymore. Remember when we used to do 0.4s? BFA had my favorite main faction zones. I will live and die for Borealis and Tiergard Sound in general. Stunning zone. I think it's been all downhill since then. It had the perfect mix of whimsy and realism, I think. It didn't look too Disney, and it didn't look too, you know, grim either. I feel like it had just the right balance of feeling like a real place that people actually lived and had, like, actual history. But you know why? It's probably because it's the most similar to the place that I actually live. It's probably because there's nothing more... Tiergard Sound was pretty coastal Pacific Northwest. There was a lot of, especially like up, not north, but like north-ish where I live. It's very, like a lot of port towns have that kind of energy. And it's probably just familiar to me because that's like my kind of home turf. Undermine, probably my favorite. Deal with a lot of pirates in BC. Can't get your groceries without them. Who's your Lady Ashfade? It's me. Go to the beach. Dodge giant squid tentacles. You know how it is. Me? Or did the art style go very cartoony from Dragonflight towards Shadowlands? Was the last time graphics were cool. It's funny, I feel like Shadowlands was a little cartoonier. Shadowlands felt very, very stylized to me. Dragonflight almost felt a little bit more grounded than Shadowlands, like, aesthetically, in terms of, like, mogs and stuff. Having to walk all the way back to your decomposing body at Nagtel is so humiliating. Yeah, WoW has always been... It's been pretty cartoony, but it's kind of vacillated a bit. It goes back and forth. They've done some areas and some things that have been sort of grittier, and then they've done some things that have been a little bit more, like, stylized and colorful. Oh, hey. Oh, Grunna Crab. No luck. BC has been the setting for a dramatic faction. Still waiting for Blizzard to let me press a button to turn the base HUD back to BFA version. Not in the mood to fiddle with it. Fiddle with it yourself. Wasn't there like a classic version that you could do? I guess maybe it's not exactly like BFA, but wasn't there in edit mode literally like a classic preset? Is that not pretty close? Good day, folks. Good day, Rob. How you doing? Happy Saturday. I hope your weekend's going well. Oh, all right. Come on, mount drop. One mount, please. Oh. No luck. Next time. I know people get like a little cranky when they remaster old zones instead of coming up with brand new ones, but I kind of loved Eversong Woods. I would not be against them giving that treatment to more old zones and then just having them be new. Even if it means lots of like Zadormies hanging around to let people switch zones back and forth. I just love the familiar feel of it while also still having like all the modern bits and pieces and content laid on top of it. Love revisiting old zones. I loved how political BFA felt. Felt way more grounded and real than anything recently. Oh, my pets. I don't have a pet. Against this mob, that's trouble. Miss the Ghostlands, though. Wouldn't mind going back to that bug. I can't really speak to the story. I would talk a big game, but how no, I can't. I'm not dialed in enough to have an opinion. Any luck? No? Okay. Am I getting good moral in this character? I got 1500. It's something. That'll help. I gotta find some super glue. The bottom piece came off of my cup. Makes a concerningly loud noise when you bunk it down on a table now. I still have it, I just gotta find some military grade adhesive. BFA was the last expansion for me when I enjoyed story. After that, couldn't care less. Yeah. I think I came to realize that for me, I can't speak positively or negatively about the WoW story because it's just not my favorite. It's not my preferred delivery method for story. I'm just a big old snob, I guess. I've never, and it's even in games that undeniably have excellent, well-delivered stories. If I'm playing a game, I'm just not really in the mood for story. It's not what I'm there to do. It's not what I'm looking to get out of games, so it's whether WoW story is good or bad is gonna kind of wash over me either way because I'm just gonna be skipping the cutscene. I'll never find out if it's any good. I like a movie. I like a book. I occasionally like a TV show, but lately I haven't had the emotional stamina to deal with dramatic television tension for long periods of time. Let's see if this one's up. Do you prefer literary masterpieces like the Divergent series? I had picked one of them up, the first one, out of a book box, and I was like, well, it's free. I vaguely remember that someone made a movie out of this, so I'm gonna read it and find out what it's about. Not my cup of tea. There is excellent young adult literature out there, I'm sure. That one's just not for me. Also, I may no longer be qualifying for young adult. I might just be a regular adult. Just like most of the real endgame story, locked behind rep, even if you wanted to pay attention, couldn't be bothered. If I did want to get into the story, the thing I would probably do would be to just, like, watch novel videos while farming mounts. I would probably prefer to, like, let the people that are really excited about the lore kind of sum up the most important pieces for me and put them all in context. Because it's hard to scrape together when you're just kind of like noodling around yourself in the game, but somebody like Novel is gonna have it all figured out and know what it all means. Let them present it to you. That one's not up. We're gonna skip these two. I'll go check on this bottom one, and then I guess I'll probably log back on my warrior to try Herondor again. Gonna fly past these. Those are scary. Waiting for Blizzard to bring back the jailer, and then I'll pay attention. Do we miss the jailer? Oh man. He was so bald. With his big ol' Iron Man chest socket. What's his name? Zoval? I have a jailer t-shirt, and I can't for the life of me fathom why I purchased it. I don't remember what I was thinking. Was it, you know what I need to adorn myself with? Angry, bald WoW villain with earring. Hello, Hazel. Hello. How you doing? Trying to get back into reading. Got a copy of Neuromancer working through. Nice. That is a pretty mount. Blizz didn't gift you it? No, I bought it. I think it was the last, Shadowlands was the last time I bought stuff from the gear store, and I think I had like picked out a few different shirts because that was when I got the Covenant shirt. No, one of those they did gift me, but not the jailer one. I'm pretty sure I bought the jailer one. Oh man, straight off the Queen LP for the 70s. Here, I guess I'm just gonna park somewhere, maybe at Tiny Vermin, and then log back over. Wanted to say love the streams and your videos. Thank you, Paper Cakey. I really appreciate it. Oh, shucks. I'm gonna keep doing it for as long as I can squeeze. Where is that mount from? I am on the Brilliant Petalwing, which is the Light Up the Night meta achievement mount. It is a close recolor of the Vibrant Petalwing, which is the mount that drops from one of the two mounts that can drop from Herondar rares. But Light Up the Night is the name of the achievement that gives the one I was on. And that's gonna involve doing some zone achievements in Midnight. Not too bad. Didn't take too bad. Didn't take too long. For selfish reasons, I do wish you were into lore just so I could listen to you about it like I do about the rest of the game. Oh, man. Can't do it. My inner mean girl comes out and nobody wants to talk to her. That's not my best self. Look at this is my best self. Look at this guy. He's waiting for time walking. This is what I'm going to be leveling, I guess, a week and a bit from now when Turbulent Time Waste starts up. I'm gonna be healing some people down in dungeons. Oh, you know what I should do? I'll check for the rare that I'm like camped on, but I should probably take a midstream break. We're right about at the halfway point. Is my puppy still in here? Oh my god. Hang on. Speaking of, oh hey, all right, hold on. He'll be doing that in a second. I'm gonna grab this rare. We're gonna fight this. It's definitely gonna drop him out. And then I will show you what my dog is doing. It's cute. I'm gonna get a webcam, pet cam set back up if he's gonna keep sleeping in here. Aw man, every time I see a super long loot window, I get my hopes up. Let me park myself on top of a mushroom or something. And he looks like he's been struck by the hand of God. He's been he's someone cast smite. You sleeping? Lucy? Hi. He has a lot of like neck fur, and he likes it if you really like dig the nails into the scruff. I'm going to take a short break, be right back. Okie dokie, let's see. We're back. We got our Mr. Moose. I wanted to get a window up so that I could track my own sub goal that I set. So that I can see so that if I can thank people for being number blank, you know? We're 733 of 800. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to figure something else out. He's so sleepy. He's so comfy in here. If he's, like I said, if he's gonna keep doing this, I'll probably try to set the little webcam back up. I still have it. I just I put it away when I realized he wasn't gonna hang out in that bed because I didn't want to keep tripping over it. Let's buy a fish tank. What you got in there? That one has a female betta fish. That one's got my lady betta. Her name is Lettuce. She's cute. She's very feisty. She is a jumper. You gotta be real careful when you're opening up her lid to feed her or clean her tank because she will yeet herself straight out of there. I think in an attempt to cause me bodily harm. I think she's raging against the machine. I'm not quite sure. Love this. She's cute. She's doing good. I've had various bettas over the years, and I'd always kind of struggled with the more traditional ones, so I decided I wanted to do something a little different and get like the most straightforward, unfancy, short-finned, hopefully healthy betta. Keep it in a 10-gallon tank with some plants, and just see if we can actually keep it together. You doing good back there? Yeah, she's doing good back there. She's fun. She's by far the fieriest betta that I've ever had. She's many things, and chill is not one of them. Barbara is in a different tank. Barbara now lives in my 20-gallon long tank in my other room. She is hanging out with a new a new school of Harlequin Rasbora. And she's living her best life. She's taken over one of the cichlid rocks as her house. She eats herself silly. She no longer has any men of her kind to bother her. And she is living her best retirement. We love that for her. She's outlived every last one of her haters. Had a sorority of female bettas. Had 6 in a very heavily planted tank. 175 liters fluval. Ooh, that sounds beautiful. Running for 6 years. Wow. I love big, beautiful planted tanks. I have no talent, though. I don't put in enough effort to make the tanks really nice. My 20 gallon's doing fine. I do have some stem plants in there, but I know I'm never setting up CO2. The most I'm gonna do is just like run a light and a timer and add some ferts and just do regular low tech, and it's gonna look okay, but it's never gonna look like incredible. I have a sponge filter in the other tank. I don't have one in that one. I really like a hang-on back filter. I have had much better luck in my life with them, and I find them easier to, like, less noisy to run and easier to service. Sponge filters are great, but I like the extra little bit of mechanical filtration I get and the water clarity from running, like, filter floss in a hob. I don't like canister filters because I feel like they're too annoying to open and clean, and I really want to, like, get in there. I have a sponge in the other tank, though. I like running sponges alongside hobs. They were very sweet females, aware even the girls can be aggressive, but they had so much line of sight. Plants never had any issues. Oh, nice. Alright, I'm gonna park myself at one of these. Firefly, thanks very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Let me see if I can find, little clip or photo or something. I have some recent ones in my aquarium. I haven't done, like, a real tour of it or anything lately. The 20 has, Barbara, who is a female cherry barb. It has a Apistogramma cockatoides, and it has a set of Harlequin Rasbora. It used to have a Gourami, but the Gourami sadly passed away. I think that the Apistogramma bullied it, so I'm not going to try that again. This is not a great view of the tank, but this is a great view of Tuna when he was a little baby. Little baby Tuna with the fish, and the fish are like, "Are you going to feed me?" Tuna was not going to feed them. There's a lid on the tank. They're all right. And then there's the Apisto. This is from a little bit ago, as you can tell by how baby tuna is. You little... little itty bitty baby. There's Barbara. Hang on. There. Right there. That's Barbara. Living her best life. Living the dream. Yeah, this is the first time I've done Rasbora hats. I used to think they were ugly, and I don't know what changed my mind, but I decided I wanted them, and I've been very happy with them. They've got nice color. They've had even better color more recently. Do I have a more recent video than that? Man, I set up the tank pretty much right when I got the fish. No, I think that's the most recent one I have. And, or sorry, when I got the kittens. I didn't know I was getting kittens. Yeah, because these photos are old. It's more grown in than that by now. Oh well. Oh, my rear's up. Look at that. I guess this is what I do instead of Instagram. Instead of posting photos and videos online for people to see, I just pull them up while I'm streaming. I need to be able to give voice commentary and context. Torpedo barb, school of cardinal tetras. Ooh, love those. Love being a fish keeper. Yeah, it's a nice hobby. I appreciate the fish I keep are pretty low maintenance. They don't need an awful lot from me once they're set up. And once the tanks are all cycled and everything, which we're looking good. I was doing a fishless cycle with just powdered ammonia for like 2 months before I stocked it with fish, and I was getting so impatient, and then it finally became fish stocking time, and then also I ended up getting kittens. They just happened to me. Stumpy's not happening. We're gonna leave him alone. We're gonna go park. No, we're leaving Stumpy alone. We're gonna go park at Chlorakill. That's the one. Hi friends, hi Hazel. Thanks for doing drops. Hi Oslo. Thanks for choosing to watch my stream for the drops. Speaking of the drop, at some point I need to go back to my house and put the drop in my house. I got mine, and I need to place it on my shelf. Stumpy! Stumpy's not my pal here. Stumpy bullies me. Let's go wait at Tallcap. Tallcap and then Treetop are the last two that this character could do. My boy. Anything? Any luck? No? Alright. We wait. Can always do more picture show and tell while I'm waiting for the rare to spawn. Anyone else excited? We can put 10 pets into our house in the next big patch. Yeah! I didn't see it until, I didn't see it right away. I had to cut out a whole section of the news video where I was talking about, oh man, I hope they let us put pets outside and like lots of pets inside. And then I read the post and I'm like, oh, they said exactly. You can have 5 outdoor pets. You can have 10 indoor pets. I gotta figure out which ones I want to do. Outdoors, I'm definitely doing at least one, if not a couple of chickens in the chicken coop. And then I don't know what else would be outside. Maybe a dog. Indoors, cats. Definitely one fish. I gotta pick a fish that I want to put in the fish tank. Although, I don't know if I can put the fish in the fish tank. I guess I could put the pet bed in the fish tank. We have cow pets. Do we have cow pets? Yeah, we have a pygmy cow. You could probably do that one. They said there's a couple pets that you can't place for reasons. Performance reasons or something, but I don't know which ones they are. I don't see any reason why you couldn't have a nice, oh, she's little. Oh, she's tiny. It might be a bit of a miniature cow. Can we set Una free? Not sure. Last time I looked, you were at 3 of 8. What did I miss? I got the Sanguine Harrower, and I got the, I think it was the Vibrant Petal Wing. I think they were on the same day. I got my last Voidstar mount, and I got one of the Herondar mounts on the same day. No to humanoids. Gotcha. So, what about... Let me look at my aquatic pets and figure out who's going in the aquarium. We've got axolotls. When we think fish, I could put a lionfish in there. I don't think we have like a betta fish. We have like little goldfish. Is he pretty big? I feel like you want to pick a pretty big one. Yeah, that would be cute. It's not. It's gonna look too small for my tank size, but it's all right. It's. No one's taken my WoW house as a stocking recommendation. Can I place my Argent Squire? If it's no humanoids, then probably not. Oh yeah, because we have sharks. We have some actual sharks. We have all the ducklings. How many pets do we have? Like 2,000? I feel like there's options. I feel like there's lots of options. Otters, land toads. Because even just when it comes to cats, am I just gonna put 10 cats in my house? I can't possibly. There's too many cats. I gotta find, I think maybe rename one of my cats to be named Tuna, and then I can have a Tuna, a Tiki, and a Kira in the house. The squids. Hello, Jedi Bob. How you doing? They don't really have like a cow cat patterned cat in the game that looks like my boy. My little Tuna. Look at his little blip. Look at his little bit. He's such a cute baby. But yeah, I don't think there's a WoW version that looks quite like my guy there. Is this one up? No, that was just my shark sharking at me. We got love bugs. We've got no shortage of whelps. Ooh, this would... You could make like a little mechanical workshop and then have like mechanical like chickens and squirrels and stuff roaming around like you're manufacturing them. Filling mine with raptors. What add-on do you use for rare tracking? Rare Scanner. Rare Scanner is my rare tracking add-on. No German Shepherd models for Moose? No good, very bad, terrible. I think I have, I named my Milo Moose. I wonder if a Bakar would be closer though. Neither one is really all that close. Yeah, there's nothing that looks very German Shepherd-y. Moose isn't really, he's not really German Shepherd, but he's more German Shepherd than anything else. More doggos. I did look at the new tier sets. I honestly didn't really like the priest one that much. It kind of just felt like a blender version of like all of the previous priest sets. It didn't feel very original or exciting. Just joined the 4 of 8 club? Nice! Congratulations. Which one did you get? My favorite new tier set was the monk set. I liked the goat looking helmet and like the detail on the fur. And the colors I thought had like lots of nice contrast. Amani Sharp Talon. Oh, nice. Jealous. I don't have any of those little mon mounts yet. You gonna put a turkey in your house? Do you think some people are probably gonna have like roaches on purpose, and there's gonna be a pet bed in their house, and that's where the roach sleeps? What else? Oh, I guess this is all pets. What else would I realistically do? I have so many choices, so many options. Oh yeah, I forgot about Weechi. Weechi kind of freaks me out, man. I know you can customize him, and I know I've set him up like this, and I think maybe that's because it's as close to Moose as I can get, but that don't look anything like Moose. That barely looks like a dog. I don't know. Look at that. Should have a little roach with a pink ribbon. That's what we're all missing in life. They added some really cute, like, new pets. I don't feel like we stopped to appreciate this enough. I love it because it's cute, but it's also, like, a little bit fierce. It looks kind of like it's mad at you. My Richie called a little taquito. Oh, man. Magic pets? Anyone putting a ball in their house? Any spooky goats? I feel like mine's just gonna be cats and dogs and fish, but that's what I actually have in my real life. Am I really that boring? We have so many different types of pets. What about... No, not undead pets. Those you can't have those in the house. That's smelly. Gotta be other types of beasts that would still be like cute and cuddly. That would be cool to have in the house. Foxes or something? I don't know. Good evening, Hazel. Hope you had such a wonderful day. Thank you, Amy Storm. That's very kind of you. There's lots of raptors. Those are cute. I could see my horde house being overtaken by raptors. I haven't been to my horde house in forever. I did forget about Dottie. Dottie's pretty cute. Dottie can probably hang out. Or the piggies. I could put some pigs in my yard. Now that I'm looking through the pets, we really need some more semi-realistic looking ones. Anybody want jumping spider? Tap tap. Amy, how do you get your battle pets into housing? It's coming in 12.1. We're just kind of daydreaming right now. It's not something you can do just yet. It's coming in the next patch. When was the last time anyone checked on their Pandaria farm? I was doing it in the pre-patch for Midnight because there was decor tied to the Tiller's reps. So I was doing the Pandaria farm and getting like the rep items to use for rep for decor. Little Benfun kind of freaks me out. He looks a little smoother than you think he's going to. I feel like he's missing some... It's looking... I don't know. I feel like he needs something. I want to have my void pets wander rep. Soon! Soon! Ooh, should I have bears in my house? There must be bears. What if we just search bear? What do we got? Cubbly. Dunmorrow cubs. We've got the old-fashioned bears. We've got like some new bears. There's a baby blizzard bear. There's a rotten bear. Why are these ones so... They got like a little domino under their eye. I wonder if it's supposed to be like paint or something? They kind of look like a kid at kindergarten that is going to cause trouble. You just know it. Coming in hot. Name like Buster. Yeah, I feel like I haven't looked at pets closely in such a long time. I probably collected a bunch of them that I've forgotten how cute they are. You know what always bothered me about these things in WoD, both the adult and the baby ones, is that they don't seem like they would ever be able to close their mouths. Is that a thing with real hippopotamuses? It seems like a design flaw. Their breath must be absolutely rank. Because there's no way you're able to close your mouth. It's just not even shaped close. Like, how are they supposed to eat? It's all gonna fall out. It used to drive me nuts. I can see people doing different, like, butterflies and stuff for their garden. There's lots of beautiful butterflies. Just put a glass bowl outside for birds to have some water to drink or bathe in. It's been 30 degrees here in Sweden today. Oh, hot. We've been getting weather a bit like that here, too. Toasty, toasty. Oh, yeah, we could have bunnies. We could have suspicious Monty Python bunnies. Forgot about that. I still need this rare, right? Yeah. I forgot how many different versions of Jumping Spider we had. There's frogs. There's goats. There's an old-fashioned pet, the ghostly skull. That used to be a go-to. Put a big raven near a tree. I feel like if I put a raven outside to pat around my house, it's not going to fly around. It's going to, like, walk around. It's going to be weird. I might not do birds for that reason. I wonder if they would have good, like, flight pathing. I forgot about her. Gizmo? Gizmo's pretty cute. You trying to get a rare in every pet? Release the commons and uncommons? Yeah, I only keep one of each. So I don't keep dupes of any pet for any reason, really. And I try to... Any pet that can be upgraded to rare, I think has been. I think all of my pets that can be are both level 25 and rare. I did do a round of upgrades recently to make sure that everything was, like, leveled up. I like the chickens. TIL gnomes can be pets. I think this was back when they were promoing Warcraft Rumble. She's not even like a real gnome. She's like a weird, weird fake version. Amelia's on my spell bars permanently. Oh, not me shading her. I could see myself putting my Grunch in the Christmas version of my house. She was low-key serving. Yeah? Helpful workshop bought from Children's Week. I don't remember getting half of these. This looks brand new to me. That would be kind of fun to have on my desk, in my stream room in my WoW house, actually. You could almost imagine that being a piece of streaming equipment. So fun to get met each time with a woohoo! Yeah, rumor has it they're not gonna let us force humanoid children to sleep on dog beds in our homes. Can't imagine why not. Something optics. So we don't need Stumpy, we don't need that. The only one left that we could do here is Treetop, and then I guess we would be heading to... Have I really done all 3 of the zones on both my characters? I feel like my hunter still needs to go to the opposite zone. My hunter still needs to come to Herondar after she finishes Zolomon, I think. There are robot pets. I was this close to buying one of them, but alas, the company died. I remember Robo-Dogs were like a popular Christmas toy when I was young. I don't think they did much, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can use your leashes on, I mean, maybe they patched it. I think you can use them on whatever. Ooh. Anybody home? Yes! Okay. I gotta start doing these zones in a more predictable order, because I'm having the worst time remembering. Maybe I haven't done Zolomon yet on this character. Maybe I started in Herondar and I haven't been to Zolomon yet, because there's no way that I'm almost done. It's only 11 o'clock. It usually takes me a whole stream to get through all this. Okay. We'll just fly out there and see what we can do.
What needs bring you here?
I kind of want the pangolin mount. I'm not sure if I have one yet. I must. I must have a ret pangolin mount. I'm very, very slowly earning gold.
Rest well.
This way. To Zolomon. I feel like I did this already. No, I didn't. I was in Herondar. That's right. I look like I should be in Zolomon on this mount with this headdress. She sure looks the part. I don't think she's done it yet today, though. Oh, look, I'm gonna get a whole Voidlight Marl. I got one. How many are we gonna get this time? Oh, boy. One. The answer's one. I don't need that rare because I've done Eversong Woods. Although, you know, I haven't done any Dame Bloodshed kills today. I still need the Princess Bloodshed Lynx pet from The link's rare. Oh, okay. Nice. One mount, please. Almost. Yesterday when I was streaming and my dog was sleeping in my room here, he started snoring. I don't think the mic can pick it up, but he's really funny when he snores. Given bought Princess Bloodshed for 10k. Yeah. I want to see her drop. I'm probably going to get the mounts to drop before Princess Bloodshed just because I'm doing a better job of farming those consistently. Plus you get more chances in a day. I'm going to go counterclockwise. I'm going to mix it up. Redefined a show. Thank you very much for the 12-month resub. Happy 1 year. Appreciate it. Thanks for being with us. Alright. We got our lucky transmog on. Definitely getting him out today. For sure. For sure. Next week's gonna be some gnarly streams on Thursday, Friday. Just because of raid testing. They announced raid testing. It starts at... One of the days it starts at noon Pacific, which is normally when I end. So I would probably end stream like half an hour early or so, just to give myself enough time. Maybe even an hour early, because I like to try to get into a group early. And then the next day it starts even an hour before that, like at 11. And then they do 4 hours of raid testing, and that's Friday, because that's the day that I normally do news videos as well. And I can't even do it a day early on Thursday, because I have raid testing then too. So next week's news might be kind of scuffed. I might have to do some kind of a lo-fi version of it. Man. Poor Waverly dropping me both the Eversong Woods mounts. I never liked killing him. Maybe he thought that if he gave you his mounts, you would finally leave his poor little sunflower alone. Lo-fi news to fish and farm rares too. I like raid testing. It's an important part of getting footage for raid guides. But man, days where they do 4 bosses in 1 day are so long. But they like doing it. I have done just that. Stream goal is up! Yeah! We get to 800, and I'm bringing back fun colored hair. I make no guarantees that it'll look particularly good, but that's fine. We're gonna do it. Either that or we don't hit the goal and I just kind of like awkwardly keep my natural hair color until the end of time. Simple Catherine, thank you very much for the 5 gift subs. 5 subs closer. Holy smokes, appreciate it. The color a mystery. I mean, the color is going to be kind of a mystery to me. I'm going to aim for like my gnome salmon pink, but like hair is kind of famously unpredictable, especially when you're not experienced at it. So we're gonna kind of wing it a little bit. 5 subs, appreciate it. Grass to those who got them. Enjoy some ad-free viewing this month. 5 subs closer to the goal. Here goes nothing. I was thinking about doing an under dye, like leaving the top layer of my hair and my bangs natural colored and then doing kind of like a hot pink underlayer, and I thought that would look cool because I always put my hair up. But I was looking at the top layer of my hair and I'm like, well, that's where like all my gray hair is. Am I really preserving such a lovely shade of brown when most of my like big thick streaks of gray are like right on the top layer? I don't think I'm gonna do that. It was just an idea I was kicking around. I could also mess with a split dye, but then I would have to settle on 2 different tones to try to do, and I would probably want to do it in 2 different, like it would take a little bit longer. I would have to fight my inner laziness. Had a hot pink under dye in high school. Slade. I had some streaks, like chunky, I mean it was like 2007, and I had some chunky 2007 style streaks. Maybe 2008? 7-ish. I would have been about 15 or so. And at one point I put green chunks in, and at one point I put pink chunks in. Just like a little bit in my bangs, and then just like some streaks in the hair. And I liked that. That was good. I also, bizarrely as a teenager, as a weird point of pride, didn't use gloves when dyeing the hair. My friends and I would do it together, and everybody would not wear gloves on purpose, and then we'd be like, oh man, our hands are blue! When that was like the point. Like, it was very odd, and then you would just have blue hands for a few days, and then all the adults would be like, why'd you do that? And I'd be like, I don't know. I'm so quirky. Told early 2000s alt kid styles back in a big way. Yeah. I don't know if they're back for my demographic, but I don't see why not. We're old enough to do whatever we want. No one's gonna fire me. Right. Love my raccoon tails, they were sick. I think Alyssa Luz brought Halo hair back in a big way. I can't do the horizontal stripe thing. Although I may end up doing horizontal stripes incidentally if I keep like touching up my roots and refusing to rebleach all of my hair. I have no plans in maintaining it with any degree of skill. Had some leopard dye clip-ins too. Nice. YOLO. Life is short. Hair is for fun. The only thing that I've ever been consistent about with my hair is that I like changing it. I don't really leave it in any particular phase for longer than like a year or two. Like at most. Your girl loves change. It's very bad for having like an established visual brand, but I like messing with it. It's fun. Oh, check on Murloc. Actually, I might hang out and just wait for him to spawn. We could probably finish the world quest near him for weekly credit and get a couple thousand gold that way. More beautiful and natural color. Yeah. I think no matter what I do, there will always be somebody telling me that they liked it better the old way. I don't think I'm ever... There's no... It doesn't mean that it's... Everyone's entitled to an opinion, I suppose, but I've never ever had it where someone wasn't like, ah, it was better before. There's nothing I've ever done or not done to it. We've done lots of stuff. We've done natural color, we've done natural curls, we've done short, we've done long, we've done pink and blue and green. There's always someone that's like, you shouldn't have done it. I haven't dyed my hair in 2+ years, but I found the style that sort of resembles oxidized copper. Loved it. Ooh. I like that color. Doesn't matter what others think much. I always say it only really matters what other people think if it's going to affect your like employment prospects. That's the big thing, is if like your social circle or your employers are going to completely reject and or forbid you from drastically changing your hair, then you should probably have a think about it, because independence is nice, individuality is nice, but total unemployment and social ostracism is a tough nut to crack. So, you know, proceed with caution, but I don't think that's my life. I think I can get away with it. What are your thoughts on the rare mounts? Most of the people I talk to hate them, but it's kind of nice to have something to chase for a little compared to how easy most of them are to get now. I'm pretty happy with the drop rates. I think that it's actually a really nice farm, because you're right, it's not free. It's not something that's going to happen in a weekend and then you move on and forget about it. It takes some doing, but there's so many of them to get and there's so many rares to kill that the next chance is always right around the corner. And if you keep at it, you may not get all of them super quickly, but you're probably going to get at least one within a couple weeks of starting. You have to get quite unlucky to do all the rares every day for like a month and not see any mounts at all. It's possible, I'm sure, but like you're gonna get something, and then that mount might be more special. I quite like this. This is one of my favorite rare mount farms that they've done in a while, and I think the drop rate kind of suits how many chances you get at it. I would prefer to have a pretty low chance from lots of rares than like a medium chance from one rare that I have to sit and camp for half an hour. that unlucky, so I will simply not start the process.
The vile branch have awoken a terrible creature. Cragpine the Grand has risen.
But as always, my own take is going to be colored by my own experience, and I've been doing 3 characters, most of the rares, most of the days for what, a month now, and I'm at 5 of 8, and that feels like a pretty good pace for me. I'm not doing more than 3 hours a day. I'm not doing more than 5 days a week. Feels reasonable. But the other thing is I've also kind of let go of the expectation that I'm going to get something just because they put it in the game. I'm not going to get everything that they put into the game. Some things I'm going to try for and not get, and some things I'm not even going to try for in the first place. And I've made my peace with that. I am no longer going to even pretend that I'm going to complete anything. So if I really send my all at this and they don't drop, I don't think that means that it wasn't worth doing. It just didn't happen. It's not my fault. I don't think I should be able to expect to get something just because I farmed it, I guess. Sometimes you put the time in and it just don't work out. Got the first one yesterday. I've killed 150 rares in Eversong since the start of this endeavor. Yeah, I don't know how many rares I've killed. A few. I don't know how many though. Haven't been counting. Someday in 3 years they'll be back farming Thalassian lumber for your 3rd WoW house. Stumble across rare and go, whoa, new mount! I might, as I narrow down the number of zones I'm farming, need to get more level 90s so that I can do more characters through the remaining zones. That may end up being necessary if I want to continue to fill 3 hours with attempts. Especially if the attempts start going faster because people have moved on from these zones. Back in vanilla, before they implemented the instance locket mechanic, I spent a full month farming the recipe for the Arcanite Reaper, which is a rare drop from a rare spawn. Never again. I bet everybody's got like one thing that was like their worst farm of all time. I don't know if I remember what mine is. I have a couple that were stubborn for me over the years. The blood tick from Nazmir comes to mind, as well as the that was like 42,000 kills, and then the midnight, of course, from Legion's Karazhan. That one was tough for me too, but I can't. There must be something else that was like just really awful. The tankers from Dragon Soul. Mine was Breezebiter. Hadn't thought of the Arcanite Reaper in ages. Had my Amazon sub, just gave it to you. Thanks for all the YouTube videos. Thank you very much, Victality. That's really kind of you. Thanks for picking me for your Prime sub. Gmod I ended up getting during Collector's Bounty. I did not get every mount during Collector's Bounty that I tried for. The N'Zoth mount and the Sylvanas mount evaded me. And to this day, I don't have them. But that's fine. They'll come one day. Oldham rares? I remember the Stinky Sack is an item that summons a pet. It's some kind of like gross grub. And it dropped from a rare in a cave in like BFA Oldham. And it had just a horrific drop rate. And I had like weeks of streams. And I had lots of fun making gross stream titles about how I was trying to get my Stinky Sack. Blizzard named it that. That's not me. Still going for the N'Zoth mount. Yeah. Necro eggs would have been, but I put it off till they buffed it. Did they buff Necro eggs? I didn't know that. I got mine in late Shadowlands and it sucked. That took a while for me, although I made lots of gold doing it. I had Paragon caches at my ears. I love it when you make gold, or like get some other thing while you're also on a mount grind. Like for this one, I mean, I'm making some gold, not tons of gold, but I'm getting Marl. And I need Marl so badly for other cosmetics. I have 11k in Inksy and then another 1600 in Ficus. So it's growing back.
I have many lucky doos you like.
And I should disenchant. A couple of these things I should disenchant actually. Was going for the Felsteel Annihilator for years and it never dropped. Finally got it a few weeks ago. I screamed. Killed Gul'dan 818 times for the green mount. Holy. 3 mounts left. The only one I didn't get was the one that wasn't available because of Mythic Plus. Peacekeeper, yeah. 800 attempts. Yeah, it's rude that they take that those become like unavailable during the season where their dungeon is current. That was one of the ones that I was like uncharacteristically lucky on. I think that was like a first or second try for me. I think it was a first try. I feel like I can't do like big mount drop reactions anymore for YouTube because I've farmed too many mounts and I no longer have like table flipping reactions. I could kill a rare 1,000 times and the mount drops and pull 1,001. I'm gonna be like, all right, neat. there's not a lot of organic amazement left. It's still fun to do, but I'm older than I was. Man, Rustfeather and Arachnid Harvester are tough because I feel like I never make it to them in time. And I feel like the only way I can tag them is if I'm just sitting there waiting for it to spawn. And you're just staring at it for like 25 minutes, and I do not have the patience for that. I guess I would if I had nothing else to farm, but there's always more fun farms to do. There's always something more fun that I could get more easily than that. I feel like that would just take weeks of hanging out there. Months, even. So annoying to wait for, yeah. Because I feel like even if I tabbed out and tried to enjoy something else in the meantime, I would just end up missing. Like, I would hear the spawn and I would tab back in, it would be dead. Alright, I'm checking. Well, let's go dunk our 14 Sky Shards into the bank. Slowly but surely working towards the Eln Sharon mount. That's the Heron Consolation Prize, apparently. That's the auction house. I always do that. I still, to this day, do not have the bank. I fly the wrong way for the auction house and the bank. The bank is over here. Love the war bank. Don't remember how I existed before it. 290 Sky Shards is where we're at. I'm at lumber. Character list is stressing me out. Think I need to delete alts. Hide them away in campsites for a while and see if you end up opening them up. It'll be like the WoW equivalent of putting your clothes in storage and then seeing if you reach for them in the next year. Gotta go for the day. Have a good rest of the stream. Have a great day, Polly. Yeah, I think the auctionist mount has removed my ability to remember where stuff is. Man, my bags are gnarly. Bunch of junk in here. Okay, I think my hunter needs to do the zone that she's not currently in. So if my hunter's in Herondar, I think my hunter maybe needs Zul'Aman. No, my hunter's in Zul'Aman, but she might need to do it. It's only 11:15. I might need another ult. They buffed it so to make it easier to level from 80 to 90. I don't know what I would level if I was just leveling an ult for rares. Something I don't have yet? Another hunter? Could always do more hunters. Oh, this one's up now. Oh, this character barely needs any anymore either. I'm almost out of attempts for the day. What have we done? Oh, you know what? They could all do Princess. They could all do Dame Bloodshed for Princess Bloodshed still. That'll take a second. I have especially good luck of logging back into a character that I logged out camping a rare and then logging back in to find it up. That's been working out for me lately. Liliana Green, thank you very much for the gift sub. Appreciate it. Let's go check for this. It's kind of smoggy out here. I feel like maybe it's just my view distance is too low. It's very like, everything feels very faded and blue out in the sun. It's like I need to clean my glasses. What's up? Don't mind if I do.
Face your flames! Face your flames! You're empty of fire if you never face your own flame.
I'm not the only one farming rares from hands. No luck there. One more rare this character can do here. I wonder if she left any behind in Herondar. Yeah, oh, she hasn't been to Herondar yet. Okay, that's good. I got lots of time then. Aw, they buffed me. That's sweet. I'm glad you can still do that in the game. I'm getting fidgety. Well, over 400 attempts account-wide for Ashes of Alar. Oh, unlucky. I did, with Ashes, I did that embarrassing thing for a long time where I thought I was farming Ashes, but I was just killing the first boss because I thought it dropped off the first boss because the first boss looks like Ashes. I don't remember for how long because this was like a long time ago. It was very early in my WoW life. But I farmed that first boss and I was like, man, it's never gonna drop for me. And then I don't remember if I saw someone do it or I looked at the loot table. I don't remember how I found out. But I remember feeling very silly. Like, oh. This is gonna take a little longer. Same thing for like a month until I realized it was wrong. Okay, so this zone completely done. We're gonna go to Herondar. See if we can get the Rootstalker Grimlynx, I think is what it's called. Do you have the Peridot Dragonhawk? Is that the green one? Peridot. No. I didn't finish the campaign. I almost, well, not on this character. But on my main character, I think I have one chapter left. I think it's literally the last chapter. I just never did it. It is awful trying to get me to do story campaign quests. It's pulling teeth. It's not my mojo. Did the same thing for like a month until I realized it was wrong. Doing it for years thinking that, no, to go check what actually drops it. It's the last boss. It's Kael'thas with all the RP. That is his name, Kael'thas? Yeah. I think if you look in the, let's go raids, BC, lots of us have done that. I wouldn't feel silly. It's not actually embarrassing. Not Sunwell. The Eye, that's right. And you're looking at loot, and you look at Kael'thas' loot. Kael'thas has Ashes of Alar. Alar does not. Alar has a pet. Thought something fell over, but my dog's in here. Just the campaign, thought it was a world quest. I think it's the campaign. Let's go check on Herondar. See if we can get any rares up, and if we finish that, we can maybe try it for that Lynx pet a little bit more. This is not how you get to Herondar. I definitely know my way around. Stretch at my desk without wrecking my knees. I haven't been doing a lot of exercise or yoga in the last week or two, and it has made me extremely crumbly. Not good for me.
Lesser manifestations escape from the rift. Send them back where they belong.
Alright, we found a rare rep. Come on, lucky meow drop. Plus, I'm a Heroneer in Herondar. I had to think to get those two straight. What was Hunter of the Bow? It's a trading post bow. With like the, and then I think a trading post quiver as well. One of the two of them makes floral arrows fire. She's cute. Used to think it had something to do with if KT spawns a bird during the fight. I don't think there's any conditions. I think it's just on the loot table. It's one of those like rare mounts though that tends to encourage people to think of stuff like that. Anything that's going to be kind of a low chance, people will be grasping at anything that feels like it might give it a better chance, even if it's just a superstition. You get all kinds of WoW urban legends that way. The human brain really hates the idea of actual RNG and true randomness. We really don't like that. And we'll go to great lengths to believe that there's some other reason that something dropped. Where are my mounts? Speaking of true RNG, I'm ready for another one. One, please. You can earn the cotton candy plushie here. Yes. Drops are active in my channel. And even if I end stream before you finished it, you can still get partial credit and finish it somewhere else, or you can come back tomorrow. But most of the top streams streaming WoW, they should have either the drops tag or it in the title like I do, or both. Why do a lot of work when little work enough? Soul after my own heart. Happens a lot in EverQuest. The rare drop superstitions. Sometimes they're just fun. I used to, back when the Great Vault, or like the weekly vault box in Legion was like an actual chest in your class order hall, I used to RP walk around it a few times before I would open it. There was like a, we would do like a sequence, like a ritual for good luck before we opened the box. I am using Rare Scanner to track the rares. Can I take treasures off Rare Scanner? Probably. Probably a setting there somewhere. General. Yeah, I just unchecked it. I only have rare NPCs here. EverQuest superstitions. Keeping a plains pebble in your inventory makes you drink less water. Do you like the state of retail? Hi! Yeah, I'm playing it. They haven't made me quit yet. That's encouraging. I'm pretty diehard though. It's hard to get rid of me. I've been playing a long time. I've played through various states of the game. I'm not that picky. I'm just kind of happy to be here. The game is so big now that there are a bajillion things to do. So usually in a given patch, I'm going to like some of them, I'm going to not like others, and I can just kind of like avoid the stuff I don't like. It's not a big deal. I'm never going to run out of stuff to do. Pegasus Cloak comes to mind. What a miserable slog that was. Sorry, I know it wasn't a real link. Streamlabs gets a little overzealous if there's punctuation in the middle of a sentence. I still kind of think the pickpocketable Lucky Rabbit's Foot did something for your loot lock in vanilla. Yeah. Team mindset here. Yeah. I'm lucky that I've also found lots of different things in the game that I enjoy. At various times I've been into... I mean, I raid seasonally, I do Mythic Plus seasonally, I love leveling alts, I like collecting, I like housing, I like battle pets, you know? Mount farms and transmog runs are always welcome. I've enjoyed professions in gold making. I've even had PvP phases yesteryear. A couple of yesteryears ago. The only thing that I really haven't super dug into is lore and RP. Everything else I've been into at one time or another, so I can kind of like bounce around between things whenever I get bored. How do you like Midnight compared to The War Within? Cop-out answer, I like them both. They were both fine. I don't compare stuff a whole lot. I don't really remember anything other than what's right in front of me. I got big goldfish brain when it comes to this game. I'm sure I enjoyed it then. I'm sure I'm enjoying this now. I'll probably enjoy whatever tomorrow is tomorrow. I can't really rank things very well. The only thing I use for luck these days is Magic Fight. My pets are in danger. Like the zone's more in midnight, but that's because I didn't like the underground stuff. I think I like the mount farms more in midnight. Maybe that's just because I'm doing a mount farm right now and I don't remember what kind of mount farms I did in the War Within. We did, See? Goldfish Brain. It's already gone. It was only one expansion ago. It's already gone. Alan Nero, we did that. That was fine. We liked that. Game feels very similar to me. Yeah. I like the dungeons in both expansions. I do think that the current difficulty scale was actually pretty good. I liked having 3,400 to shoot for. I liked being able to get quite quickly to the place where I was getting max level vaults and then still have like stretch goals to work for in terms of rating for Mythic Plus. I think I'm not the only one that did a lot more Mythic Plus this season than we've done in a long time. Hated Chetliz, not gonna lie. I don't know why they worked for me. I think it was like a masochistic thing. I think it was like an, ooh, everybody hates this, and I'm just randomly gonna pick this thing to get into on account of everybody else hating it. Every now and then, the little stubborn thing in my head wants to play devil's advocate for no good reason. Like Mythic Plus more in midnight. Dungeons are cooler. Yeah, I like the new dungeons. Also, I had beef with Floodgate. Healing Floodgate took years off my life.
These vicious Rutani have overgrown blooming lattice. Prune them back.
Not looking forward to finishing the shard farm for Alu. I feel like if you do it outdoors, I still have the command for it. In the Bee and Wolf area, nowadays with Midnight Gear, it won't be too bad. Healing Ruby again, gonna take years off my life. I'm not worried about it, and I probably should be. I have this completely irrational feeling that it's gonna be fine. Don't dislike any of the dungeons they've added this X pack, and I can almost always find a stinker. Yeah, keys have been super fun. Raid's been good, but the raid hasn't taken us as long. I feel like the Mythic Plus season lasted us longer, and the raid... actually, March on Quel'Danas took us a while. March on Quel'Danas, Lura specifically held us up for some weeks. It was a while before we really got into that. Or got that down. That was a hard fight. That was cool. I like new class design. I like having less add-ons to wrangle. I've kind of found my balance between the level of gameplay that I'm trying to do and the amount of alerts and stuff that I have, and I feel like I've got a pretty stripped down UI that's working well for me. For what I'm trying to do. I'm never going to be like the best player ever, but I have fun. I think that's the important thing. I gotta just pick one of these and camp them, huh? How many sky shards? 4 sky shards. With rerolls, some players dropped off the raid grind knowing they can just run Mythic 10s. I think next season is going to be a little better in that regard because they're no longer going to make you use 2 rolls for a raid piece. Having every raid chance be basically the equivalent of 2 myth track items from 10s was tough. It felt so punishing to use your rolls on a raid boss compared to just farming myth track items out of keys. And I think that'll be much better with the changes they're making next season. I think late in this season. Oh, I don't know if I can do this one. I'll go look for Tarak. This character, I guess I could probably do it if I lust. This character is not really geared enough to take on elites, and this is one of the easier elites, but it's still an elite. I'm gonna pull this with Lust. And maybe a fully healed pet. Hero raid bosses rolling into Mythic gear will give a reason for AOTC guilds to re-clear instead of just killing the raid once and stopping. Yeah. I agree. Okay. Well, the Az are dead anyway. I tried to Stormbolt and getting my keybinds mixed up. I've been on my warrior too much. Did I finish my water? More or less. I'll have a kick up for the next Seekers. Man, I'm so curious to see how the new raid plays in testing next week. But it's gonna be such a long week. I'm gonna need like a hug or a cookie or something after Friday. Any luck? Nah. I can do that one though. Lust helps, but I can do that one. It's good to know. All of this light bloom stuff just makes me think of broccolini. It just looks like I want to lightly steam it and have it with a little bit of salt. Little olive oil. Mm-hmm. Nope. Not that time. I wonder how many rares are in a zone approximately that I kill on a given day. 12? Guessing. I don't know. I've killed them already, so I can't count my skulls now. Got 4 more that I'm gonna do on this character. Man, these petal wings are some of my favorite mounts they've done. They've just got such pretty feathers. Funny little curved beaks. Whenever we're out for a walk with the dog and we see a woodpecker, we always stop to watch it, and I feel like I'm like an annoying woodpecker fan because I'm always like, do the thing! Not super loudly because I want him to do the thing, I don't want to scare him away, but like, I'll stop and watch a woodpecker that's like hopping around a tree just being like, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? Do the thing! That's what these remind me of, although I don't know if that's a woodpecker beak. Maybe for a tree that's beneath you. Not ready to camp these yet. Let's check them. Let's fly by. Yeah. How's your, you playing your game? You get your Final Fantasy downloaded? How's it going? Maybe if you hum the theme song, they will. The theme song? Do woodpeckers have a theme song? Have to update it, but just can't be bothered. Fair. Fair and reasonable. It's like the equivalent of passing an 18-wheeler on the highway and pumping your arm up and down to get them to do the thing. Do you do that after you pass them? I've seen kids do that. I've seen kids flag down trucks and then kind of try to get them to use the horn. And then the truck drivers usually love it. Or it looks like they do. Oh man, no sneeze luck. I was hoping that would work. Woody woodpecker. We do love it when we see it. I'm not gonna lie, it always scares the bejesus out of me because I'm never paying attention, so I never notice when there's kids that are trying to do it, and I'll just be like walking nearby, heading to the store or something, and I jump out of my skin every single time. I'm never ready for it. You'd think I would be. There's like certain areas too. It's usually at a bus stop, because the kids will be waiting for the bus. We're just gonna camp one of these. We're just gonna turn around and just wait, I think. And if I'm waiting anyway, we can probably, maybe get a little lumber or ore or something. At half a schoolyard do it. Makes the teachers jump. Man, I cannot imagine passing an 18-wheeler. You get, like, big industrial trucks out in the country, and I, treat them like cops. Like, I do not. I'm not doing anything remotely aggressive within a 5K radius. I'm gonna hang back. I don't want anything coming off the back of it at me. I don't want to cut them off. They couldn't stop if they wanted to. They got inertia. Hi, Real Fostero. How you doing today? Also, I feel like of any vehicle that's going to be driving slowly on a highway like out in the bush, it's not going to be a big truck. The trucks are doing the limit. The trucks are up to speed. They got places to be. They're only slowing down if they absolutely must for safety. They drive that every day. It's the tourists and the people that are like, I guess they lost their glasses. They can't remember where they're going. And they're just going to trundle along until they remember. Waiting. I guess the other thing I could do is I could post some auctions while I wait too. I could set myself up on my mount over here. They're doing the limit, but their company's installed governors cap them at 65 miles an hour. Man, I think, I mean, that's still quite fast in kilometers. I think Canadian speed limits would give some people impatience. So fun when a guy whose top speed is 68 tries to overtake one whose governor's capped at 65. Have you got the unfazed diver? I didn't. I thought about doing it today. I might do it tomorrow. I might forget though. It's not like wildly important to me.
I have
I have to pull over, grab a calculator to figure out the Canadian speed limit. Let me find out what 65 is. Because a lot of local speed limits, especially in like cities and whatnot, but even on the highway, they don't go as fast as they did in the US. I learned to drive in the States, but then I moved back to Canada only a few years into having a license, and I've kind of recalibrated. What is 65 miles per hour, 2 kilometers? 104! Man, a lot of our highways are capped at 80 kilometers an hour. 100 is like spicy out here. Can't count the amount of times you're almost run off the road in KY by coal trucks, worse than gravel roads. Here, let me find out. What is... Yeah, a lot of highways here would be 50 kilometers an hour. Maybe 90, which would probably take you to like 55, but you're not you're not going that fast. That would take forever. I guess it depends on how far you have to go. I don't really like driving super fast. It stresses me out. Don't get me wrong, I'm not driving below the limit, but unless it's like terrible conditions or something, but I'm not speed racing out there. I don't need to hang out by this rare because I've already killed that one. Mountain highways around here make me extra nervous with those big trucks. Yeah. People go 80 miles here in LA on the freeway pretty regularly. I've mellowed out, but I still like to go at least 5 over. People speed in residential streets in my neighborhood, showing off supercars. Noxious and loud. Yeah, I don't like that. I drive quite slowly on residential streets, especially around my area, because, like, there's kids running around, there's cats, there's dogs. It didn't happen too much in the city, but here, now that I'm in a more rural area, people will just have, like, off-leash dogs. You're not supposed to, but people just have, like, off-leash dogs just, like, wandering, you know, near their property, and sometimes they'll be by the road. It is not, you'll get deer, you'll get elk wandering into the street, or just, like, hanging out there around a corner. Like, you don't want to be blowing through super fast. Stuff's gonna happen. No coyotes on the island. I live on Vancouver Island, and we have a different sort of subset of wildlife than you would get on the mainland. Cats are safe. There's no coyotes, but I don't know if that means that outdoor cats are safe. We got stuff. I don't know what, but my cats are indoors only. I know other people do outdoor cats here, but my babies are staying inside. What I want to do while oh yeah, I was gonna post auctions, that's right. Oh, I actually have a decent amount of lumber in this character. I didn't realize I had picked some up. When was I farming ironwood lumber? I must have been leveling. That must be lumber that I picked up while I was leveling my character. Please wish me luck as I spam farm Mechagon for the Peacekeeper. Good luck. Crossing fingers for you. I got all kinds of stuff I can vendor here. When I was in Cali, tried to drive as little as possible. I have to hit a balance between not driving more than I need to because A, gas, and, you know, just not wanting to put like a ton of wear and tear in the car for no reason. But also, like, I need to drive often enough to keep the car at least, like, not decaying, because it is good for a car to be driven. And also, I need to drive often enough for my own driving anxiety to not get, like, out of control. I'm always going to have a little bit of it, and the more often I drive, the more it kind of tends to trend down, and then the less I drive, the more it grows back. So, while I'm not driving every day, I got to make sure I'm driving often enough to not let the anxiety, like, stop me from driving. Once again, trying to decorate a new room in my WoW house, and I have accidentally created a library. Why does this keep happening? What's the reason? I mean, there's tons of bookshelves. I feel like a lot of the furniture in the game can be boiled down to some kind of bookshelf. Work from home, drive about 2 or 3 miles a week. Drive an average of 50 minutes each way to work. Next job, we found places we like within 5 to 10 minutes. So excited for that. Oh, nice. Still can't drive at 34. I think more and more people these days are just opting out of it altogether. I still don't love driving, but I'm glad that I was able to get to learn and get my license, because I don't think I would have been able to like buy a house out here if I couldn't drive. My life would have had more limits on it. I still don't drive by myself very often. Like, I drive myself to like yoga, but most times I'm going out, like, I have my husband with me, like in the passenger seat. I don't know why I'm so afraid to go somewhere by myself. It's just more fun to do stuff together. Public transport isn't great, so I rely on my parents a lot. Should be driving them around. Told myself to do it before 40. I spent, I feel like, 2 years before I actually like went and got like my, like got started like getting behind a wheel, just like studying my local driving book and then like doing practice learners tests, because I told myself I was just preparing. Like, I studied that book partly because I was procrastinating and partly because I wanted to be really prepared, on and off for years before I ever went in and did like the test to get, like the written test to get your learners. I feel like that was a good move. When I tell you I aced that test, I think I got one question wrong, and I think it was because it was worded dumb. I think it was like ambiguously worded. I forget though. It's been a long time. But yeah, you don't got to do the whole thing in one day. And you don't got to do the whole thing at all. Lots of people don't. But if you want to, my advice is just do like a tiny bit. Do you know, just hang out with the rule book until you feel like you can do the learners. Then you just go get the learners. You don't even have to get behind a car. And at that point, you will then have to figure out someone who's going to teach you, because it's somebody's got to. Might be saving money for like school lessons from an actual instructor, or if you have somebody in your life that can do it. You see Hazel and Flappy move into the woods, hauling their stuff in a wagon. We just hook Moose up to a sled and have him drag stuff up. Not one of those golf cart towns. Like in that movie where Matt Damon got shrunk. Was that Matt Damon? I don't remember. There was some movie where they shrunk people. I think they had golf carts there. Don't think learner's permits are a thing here. You sign up for a 3-month course, written exam, test drive with a police officer, and then you either fail or not. Oh. So if you want to start learning, do you just start learning? You can just get behind the wheel without anything at all, or you have to, like, do the course? Oh, you'd crush it. You know what used to boost my confidence is, as a pedestrian, I saw so many people do bananas things with their vehicles while driving. And I thought to myself, they got a license somehow. I can do it. That person is somehow legally allowed to drive. I can definitely do it. Just like, you know, when you're out and about, survey people behaving like maniacs and think to yourself, I can drive better than them. Do test drives with the driving instructor a certain amount of hours. Gotcha, okay. I feel like that would have worked better for me. Yeah, who said they were legally driving, right? Terrifying. One more rare in this zone that I haven't done yet. Driving test in Tennessee, backing out, drive around the block, park, great, you passed. I took mine in Oregon and I was a little frightened by how easy it was. It's much more strict in Canada. Oh, I just missed this one. I think I'm gonna go to Eversong and try for the pet. So expensive, scared, yeah. I spent weeks practicing parallel parking because I thought they were gonna make me do it, and they didn't, and I haven't parallel parked since. I spent weeks before my driving test, like, drilling it. I found a place that I could practice without, like, being in anybody's way and doing it over and over again. And then the exam didn't ask me to do it, and I have avoided it successfully ever since. If I am like, I will just park farther away and walk. Easily. No problem. You might say, Hazel, one day you'll have to. I disagree. You don't know my life. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. I can park farther away and walk. This is empty. Had to parallel park in my course. Thankfully, did great. Asked to my exam, glad I did. Yeah, they could have asked me. It was technically part of the curriculum. I don't know why they didn't get me to do it. Park a mile away before I parallel park again, or just go home. Parallel park a lot in reality, glad I learned. The one thing that I got dinged on in my driving exam, it wasn't enough to fail me, but the one thing I lost points on was parking. I didn't park, like, beautifully. I was in the lines, but, like, it could have been better for sure. I still struggle with that a little bit. I've never, like, bumped a car while parking or anything like that, but it's not uncommon still for me to, like, park in a parking lot and then kind of look at it and go, nah, and then, like, back out and repark. And just, I figure if I keep doing that, maybe in another 10 years I'll be better at it. Okay, that one's done. I guess I'm gonna take, well, maybe I'll just leave her here and then she'll log back in. She can do it again tomorrow. I'm killing this rare for a chance at a pet. Drove to Tampa to NYC, but the Tesla drove, parked itself with a charger. People gave up and put rubber mats on the front and back of cars. Oh, man. All right. I don't think I could ever drive one of those, like, enormous vehicles, like the big trucks or, like, the SUVs or just, like, those, those like, hybrid SUVs that are just, like, weirdly large. Just purely on account of, not just the gas mileage, but also just on account of, like, you gotta squeeze it in there. I feel like the smaller the car, the less picky I have to be about parking. It can fit places. Especially when other people kind of like squeeze the sides of your spot or kind of parked in your spot so you don't have as much room to use. That's a big hat. She's building her neck strength. Has anyone seen them outdrop from rare in a sub 90? It's a good question. I can't imagine why they would have a different loot pool, but I don't have first-hand data to verify it myself. I would also be curious. And wait. Her neck's gonna be the size of the Rock's neck. This girl's gonna get traps. At the chance of sounding hideously European, we've always referred to those big cars as America cars, but now all the electrical ones are huge. Too big for little parking spaces. A lot of people drive trucks out here, but I forgive them because a lot of people use their trucks out here. It's not like the city where they have just like a pristine truck for going to Whole Foods. Too big for little parking spaces. I have to watch my bobber if I'm gonna fish while I wait for this because my headphones died. I had to use these last night when I was finishing editing the video because my big headphones died because I didn't charge them. Never happens to me. Those have a much longer battery life. I feel like this helmet would sink this thing. Or just make it terribly difficult to balance on. She must be enormously top heavy. Need to get some sort of bigger vehicle to tow our boat. That's for my fiance to do. I will not be towing the boat. That's a you job, dear. You gotta update me on how the boat dream goes. I feel like one day we're gonna end up with like a little kayak that we can wrangle ourselves. Like on top of, get some kind of a rack for the car, I guess. Can't pull the line too hard. I figure what's gonna happen is we're gonna go fishing in a kayak and we're gonna hook onto a fish and the fish is just gonna like tow us. It's gonna be a cartoon. Are the rares, I guess the second question would be, are the rares decently easy and timely to solo on a leveling character? Super excited for it. Grew up in water sports and lakes every weekend with his dad's boat, so we're excited to get back into that. Also go fishing. I'm gonna do the thing that I hate and give super unsolicited advice. Don't neglect the sun protection. Get you some breathable sun protection shirts with like the long sleeves and the hood. Sunscreen's great, but it's real tough to keep it on if you're sweating on a lake. Both of us have like long sleeved hooded breathable fishing shirts. They don't have to be super expensive and it will save your bacon because you fry twice as, I mean you know this, but you fry twice as fast on the water because it's coming at you from above and it's coming at you from below. You'll be a Kinley sausage. Salmon rodeo. Whereas easy in 80 to 85, but an 85 plus, because of scaling they can get harder. Depends on how much gear the leveling character has. That makes sense. Sunscreen nice, staying inside better. I like sun clothing because it takes the user error out of sunscreen and it also takes the sweat factor out of it. My shirt's not gonna miss a spot. Sunscreen's great for like bridging the gaps, like ears and neck or like wrists or hands or feet or whatever, but I feel like you have to swim in it to really actually like be properly protected and then you sweat it right off. And I don't know. I don't mess with sunburns anymore. I'm sun protection police. Good. Do so many biopsies for skin changes. Paranoid. Not protecting from sun. I got another one of those shirts to use for yard work because I kept going out in t-shirts and then being like, wait, no, I'm gonna fry. It's hot out here. So uncomfy to be burnt. Yeah. I gotta get sunglasses and be more careful with my eyes. Whenever I've been out in like really bright sun for a while, you come back in, you get like this bright red line in your eyeballs that stays for a day or two from when you were squinting, and that can't be good for you. That would make your optometrist cringe. If you had one. Snow blindness or something, yeah. I will get sunglasses next time I get a prescription update. Can't see anything. Shirts that are super light for when it's really hot. Yeah, I do long sleeved hooded sun shirts in light colors, so that they're not absorbing a ton. Vented ones if you can afford them. It's not the sexiest thing, I'm not gonna lie. We're not really slaying out there, but the skin will slay later on account of having protected it. I wonder if I'm on the same shard that my hunter just killed this rare on. Who am I trying to impress? I got a puppy sleeping in here. I feel so special. My ego should not be as impacted by whether or not my dog is hanging out with me, but like, I should not be insecure about whether or not my dog likes me. Obviously he likes me. I think. I swear. But like whenever he like chooses to hang out with me or like snuggles up to me or something, it does me like a world of good. And then if he's not, I'm like, wait, what happened? And then I have to stop myself from being needy because you gotta play hard to get if you're gonna win that game. I'm out here playing mind games with my dog. Have him fill out an owner survey. 7 out of 10. Needs more chicken. Do you pet battle anymore? Sometimes. There's not a lot of new ones to do. I never did finish my family battler achievement. That was the most recent thing they added. Cried the other day because my cat seemed to hate me. Bracket, he doesn't. Oh man, I relate to that feeling. I've I get moods like that are like hormonally induced, but like the mood still feels very real. And then a couple days later, you're like reflecting on it and you're like, wait, what? Playing hard to get only works with the cats. So often we both go out wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt and like, we should dress nicer. Who are we impressing? We're gonna go indulge in Indian food. Hey. Listen, those are the going out sweatpants and t-shirt. Not to be confused with the staying in sweatpants and t-shirt. Every now and then I feel like I should dress in cuter clothes, and then I do it once and then I give up again. If I'm lucky, I'll take one photo for Instagram that would hold us over for the next 3 years. Correct, they don't have paint stains. Get that with my lizard. One day he hates me, next time he's fine, kind of like a cat. My dog doesn't love a ton of direct attention. He'll put up with it, and I think he secretly likes it, but like, I have to restrain myself from just smothering him because I'm an affectionate person. I love my animals. I want to give them big hugs and snuggles and scritches and smooches. And some of them like it more than others, so I try not to harass my dog too much because he's like a Shepsky-ish sort of situation. He's a bit of the strong silent type. Although I will say, the week that we thought he had ringworm and therefore we're not like petting or hugging him, he got so confused. It was so sad. Because he always plays hard to get, and then like as soon as I stop giving him hugs, he's like, wait, Mom, why? And he'll like come stand next to you being like, are you gonna do the thing? Beardy's love is readily bought with roaches. I have a strong memory of the shelter that we got our cats from giving us tricks to get them to like you. They weren't thrilled at my response. I am their only source of food, treats, and toys. I think they'll like me. I remember raiding when I first brought Tuna and Tiki home, watching YouTube videos about how to get my cats to like me because I was so obsessed with them and I was so worried that they wouldn't love me. We're doing fine. That was a new patch. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a 0.7 patch. It's not gonna like overhaul everything. Oh, wait. I'm back to farming the same areas I was farming before at this point. Louis doesn't like being picked up, and that's one thing I love doing with my cat. I wish I had a lap dog. Moose will like sleep on my hip, but he's not really gonna climb on my lap. The cats do, which is good. When they get the opportunity to anyways. And one day they will be freed from jail and I can have lap cats again. No luck there. Well, I'll leave her here. I gotta go. It's the end of my time slot for the day. I will be back tomorrow for Sunday morning stream. In the meantime, I put out a fresh YouTube video. Saturday news came out just this morning. If you haven't checked it out yet and you would like to, that's on youtube.com/hazelnuttygames. That is not the right command for it. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the subs. Let me check on our sub progress before I go. We have a goal of 800 subs. We're at 745. We actually did quite a few today. I'm super happy with that. If we hit 800, I will dye the hair. We're gonna do a color. It'll be bright again. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.